listen to the conversation of Imi with Golden Boy. He already came in with saying we already knew the game plan and what to do against Leviatán on the first off the bind. They haven't really had a chance to see the bind of Leviatán yet, although the composition is something that's familiar that they played against before, that they've seen and that we've seen throughout the VCTs. So they should still have a good idea of how to play this Leviatán comp.
See, the Sheriffs are still there for Lev. They like going strong.
Good morning!
They go on that.
What is up?
Very minimal util, but more
Good morning,
so on the firepower. And why not? They like to play a little default,
Somebody just
and then
woke
they get
up
into that death ball, so create the fire.
Oh shit, we back!
Where Leviatán could definitely
Oh
shine,
shit,
so
we back!
Bunch of young
Oh shit, I hope third map jai.
Another Sheriff pistol round for
Come back, Lev.
the whole crew.
Oh, never mind. C9 won the first map already.
3 stars into his
So
arsenal.
I guess third
Neon
map
already
nahi
walking
bhi jayega to bhi chalega.
They actually have the
Because
crossbar
we
set up to try to
here,
punish on middle.
NRG versus G2. Puppy,
Quick wall up.
Chimity.
Penny's gonna move forward here. It's another one for himself. Sheriffs are still alive,
finally
so
Penny apne
headshots
original
are
rule
still a
pe na.
possibility, but yeah, it's going to be for Celsius though. A flawless first round possibly as C9 just read Lev like a book here,
Wow.
and the 0 point's going to give up Spike's position.
So much trust put into the nature of how you're trying to approach this map of Breeze. Leaving Celsius solo onto the A site, and they're trying to just crunch into a mid.
NRG versus G2 uske baad hai.
Unfortunately, because Leviatán were peeking one by one towards that elbow, trying to find a surprise attack and trying to leverage her firepower with the Sheriff rounds.
Short bhai.
Becomes a flawless for C9.
तो मतलब ये easy game है C9 के लिए.
Come out with the Sheriff now.
That's true.
Feels good.
Yeah,
इसके बाद बहुत आसान गेम है भाई. I mean ये बहुत आसान गेम है.
Still gonna upgrade around that.
Nice coverage.
Baby, good round, Penny.
Yeah, and that's on him playing his individual wall. Walking through his own wall that he put up and surprising his opponent. Second round, Judge around the corner. Neon could maybe make his way through with Sato, but the rest would probably get mowed down.
Following the gate crash, staring
भाई
straight
बड़ा
at
गेम है
him,
पर chat.
daring him to make a play over there on B. Spike's just outside it waiting as they have a really nice push through tunnel here. If they can get the teamwork going down, King starts off. Can they get the swing? Oh, they can. Right into Zeppa's crosshair. Goes for 3. And yeah, they're going to be able to clean this one up. Oh, it looked so good for a moment, but Zappa still was able to
I don't know, bro.
I was just about to say there's absolutely no way they should TP right where it was.
Today most people would be happily sleeping after GG match, and I was happily
if you're gonna TP there solo.
celebrating.
As the main players were all like what?
क्योंकि मैंने बोला था Genji one sided जीतेगी.
Instead they line up.
Uncle bhai.
No spread to try to guarantee the trade against Zeppa.
Shakshi.
He's gonna call that easy for sure.
He's like, I just did something gross. Nobody look. All right. A push up from
अभी देखो यहाँ पे
Oxy.
निकालता है
That Marshall straight up in front of A main.
Sato Neon.
Dashes on.
140
Yeah,
पड़ा Sato
is.
को.
That's already a 140 onto Sato.
भाई Neon भी तो यूरो खेलता है.
You already got a
Imagine
fallback.
Yes.
तुम अपना खुद का नाम Neon रख रहे हो.
Not necessarily the similar look
जबकि
here
एक
for
एजेंट का
Cloud9,
नाम भी
despite
Neon
the-
है. अगर किसी का नाम Neon होता है और एक
presence
एजेंट
on
का
that
नाम भी
pistol
Neon
round
है तो
there.
उसको अपना नाम Neon से चेंज कर
Even
लेना
Surrey
चाहिए. कुछ
Vic
तो
all the way
अच्छा नाम
towards that
रखना
elbow
चाहिए.
because he keeps playing from a judge to a bucky.
Wow, saw Neon.
That allows a gap for a lurk up from Neon to even out the talent.
भाई ये लड़का पागल है भाई. ये लड़का पागल है.
Actually,
It
they
didn't
got
do
the
up
player
नहीं यार.
advantage.
मैं
Sato
watch parties
survived
के
that
कारण
game,
खेल नहीं
didn't
पा
get
रहा हूँ
picked off
गेम
by the
ज़्यादा.
outlaw in the beginning.
Little door
कुछ भी
beat
मारता है
here from
लड़का.
Oxy once again, making sure there's no timing on the cross, but that's something Vic also has to look for. So they're really covered on the ways that Lev could push here. Yeah, that skin tricking me. It is an outlaw. You're all right. Oxy's going to look to hit a few more. Still has that return on investment from the buys, but it's a knee shot.
140 भाई saw.
So now he's got 2.
दो लोग एक HP कर दिया उसने.
Make them suffer.
और एक King को भी.
Limp into the site. Here's that explosion from Leviatán. Despite player advantages, they could definitely get mowed down by the
वो लोग
stack
जा नहीं
top
रहे
line.
पर.
With 3
Short
until Vic
wave.
comes in to cut the
अरे
rotates.
भाई साहब Vic.
The low health finally being
How
cleaned up a
10
little
HP
bit
में मार
here.
दिया और
Zelsis
दो.
in sight as Neon just looks for a different out.
Dono
Really nice
player
escape
10
there for a
HP
moment here to join up with Sato. I
LG
love
versus
the play.
Alexis, sir.
You're going to try to raise the advantage any way you can to get another one down before the round ends. Why not? And it looks like this one just fizzles out as Zelsis goes hunting loud through the site. Neon's just playing a game of cat and mouse here. 3-0 as C9 grabbed their bonus. They weren't really able to grab a pistol last time. Still running through with the momentum here in map 2, though.
And their spec given it to
Oh,
Zelsis.
short
Two of
data,
them
Neon.
at 10 HP each. There was not too much time left. They had to commit by probably widely into the
Nick around nikal diya.
I 140 on 3 people.
Yeah.
So Zelsis just had to run around that site, and just the footstep that he makes forces
विश्व
the TP,
देखिया आ रहा तुम्हारी कौन
so
सी
that
स्टोरी
we could just save these 2 rifles in the next round for Leviatán.
Ah.
Hopefully they could get something working within this round. It's
आज भी पेपर एक्स के लिए वन साइडेड
Just
गेम है
putting it to the
ट्रस्ट
safe
मी
Goes for the reload so he can get another fast 2.
ये भी देखा
Oh, the moment he unscopes. Thinking maybe he was going for a second inner scope, but it's not
ऑलरेडी
there
इन है
for
वो
him.
लोग
Who knows? Still going to be safe behind the wall on the site, and they'll give Lev some
यार
space
ये दोनों पे
on
गन है
this.
अगर ये
We
निकाल
saw what
लिए तो
happened
सही
here on
में
Bind. C9 had such good retakes.
अच्छा राउंड हो जाएगा इन लोग के लिए
A little bit of a lurk here from
टीम
King.
पे बाय
Could
भी
be
नहीं अरे
huge.
भाई साहब ऑक्सी क्या
somebody
स्विंग करने
breaks so
जा रहा
everybody
है
could focus
ओ
on
किंग
running
ऑलरेडी
towards the
लड़का
safe
है
side until it's lurked
Oh
from.
my god.
Oh my god.
ओ हेला भाई
He
ऑक्सी
hit a-
3 मार दिया
almost
वहां
looked like
पे
a triple collab though, one of those was. And he is going to be easily cleaning up kills. We'll have to see how that happened for him. But
लड़के का
he
POV
is
दिखाना
just
चाहिए था
miles this entire map of Breeze.
Just
सीजन
such
खेलते
being the
रहिए
POV
अच्छा
observer
खेल
in
रहे
that
भाई
round
अरे
because
लेव
we're like,
बहुत
oh,
खराब
crap, we
टीम
have
है
such a great
लेव
time.
मचाती नहीं है
Suddenly,
King.
Oxy just pops players with the outlaw.
मचाई टीम नहीं है
So a
अरे
collide on
भाई
one.
साहब पुलाट
Yeah, everybody's just lined up looking towards those doors.
वाओ
There's like a
कोई
double take there.
भाई एक चीज बताओ चैट
Nicely done.
3 लोग खेल रहे हैं एक
But
एंगल
the
पे और
timing
एक
that
बंदा
King
भी
has
पीछे नहीं
found
देख रहा है
that- Well, the rest of the team were still so focused on watching into the mid doors.
एक
I mean, they thought
बंदा
they
भी
still had
पीछे
a
नहीं
cut
देख
on
रहा
the
है
wall or something like
जबकि
that, but
C9 के 2 प्लेयर वहां पे
definitely,
खेल रहे थे
a miscomm on who's watching what. And that
ब्रो
kind of
हेल ना
probably solidifies what owner was mentioned before again in the between the maps. We're looking a little bit nervous. Communication's not looking the best right now for
they're looking
Leviatán here.
bad chat they're looking
Definitely
bad
getting punished.
not even good
At least they get a plant
I'll
down.
be
They
really
got
honest
plenty to
I'll
work
be
with.
really honest I'll be really honest
No ops for Neon.
मैं gonna get hit by a
Continue
bazooka
to go for this mid control, the slow mid take.
imagine यार
It did come into
जो
value
हमें
for a
दिखता है
couple
वही
of
कोच
picks
को
in the
दिखता है
third
ना
inning here for Leviatán,
हाँ
but
बस
just
कोच को
entering
सारे
into
POV
these sites has
दिखते
still
हैं
been a pain point, especially when C9 continues to play like
भाई
very
मैंने आज एक फ्लिक
passively on the
देखा
extremities.
किसका था वो
Forcing
जेंजी की कोई प्लेयर का था
Leviatán to come
ब्रीज
towards
पे
them and they just get picked off.
वो एमेन पे खड़े
shot
होके
from
जो
tunnel, so
सट
Neon
से
can
मारा है वो
stay
कौन था
quiet.
भाई
Great start from King. Need
भाई।
that from the leader to start the
नहीं
momentum.
वहाँ पे
to
क्यों
start
ही
the
कर रहा होगा
mentality
भाई
that
अगर
there's
ऑक्सी के
a
पास ऑपरेटर है
chance
तो
through these rounds.
क्यों वो
because
छोटे से
really,
एंगल पे खड़ा होगा
Cloud9 has been snuffing out Lev at every turn.
Yeah, Neon
इनसे
just
सहन हार
rotated
गया
to
बताओ
spawn. He's gonna get this
So
free
good.
kill onto Zelsis.
So good. He doesn't spin, right? Okay. He's going to let it go.
मुर्जा मुर्जा जेल्सिस
how much-
जेल्सिस मुर्जा
More info he can get. How confident is Zelsis?
यार
He's going to swing out, which really alerts them. He was trying to also rotate towards that B site.
Shot
So he's going
Oxy.
to try to help his team.
अरे
Help
रे
stop Oxy and
अरे
Zeppo.
नॉइस
Is it
जेपो
too
इट्स
much
टू
from
भाई
C9 though?
1v2 है विक के लिए
Pretty
Very
sure he's
winnable,
deathless
very
right now
winnable.
heading into this
लड़का रहा
1v2.
है
Can he keep it that way?
All around the world as well. But the more it takes for him to rotate, I think they'll soon realize for Lev that he should be on that big flank. So I love that they double up rather, play towards that castle, has a star onto the plant, and play the time into their favor.
3 stars to use, just gets a nebula back up. Actually, full uses that smoke instead of a dismiss.
हाँ आज अमेरिका 130 से चालू हुआ है ना चैट
I think.
पहला मैच कौन जीता 100 थीव्स का
Yeah, just waiting for those exits. So nice job by
अच्छा है भाई,
Lev
4
to
राउंड
get
आ गए
that push
उनके
towards
already।
mid. They're
और गन
some shots, finding some nice timings here after the time they've been taking finally pays off in a round.
Would have been important as well for Vic to get those picks. Makes the
100
bind
thieves to
a lot harder for Leviatán despite them winning the
13
round.
11 15 13
great
वाओ आज
display
सब
of
स्कोर
patience by,
13 11 ही हो रहे हैं
Neon
क्या
here, but it's almost a very similar look of what we've seen from Leviatán
भाई,
online. They go into the mid round,
100
they try to
thieves,
insert somebody to cut these rotates.
Yeah.
Not many teams really go into this.
क्रायो भी खिला रही
especially Breeze
क्रायो को
now
भी
has
तो
come
खिला
back.
रही
How
है
many teams are
हेवन पे
trying to get into that window. But Leviatán has done it twice.
क्रेजी
now.
मैच
King when he got
शायद
that
वो
lurk
मैच
and
देख
then
पाता यार
unfortunately
मैं
got
भाई पर बहुत
punished
थका
right
हुआ
away.
था
This time by Neon. It should be watched by C9 from now on.
King on an up. On this one, they're going to go for this B site. King hanging all the way back to try to shoot
भाई
over
पहले
the
निकाल लिया
shoulder, but I think they need the team here. He is able to offer up a little bit of help.
ऑक्सी लड़का आ रहा था बे
Zeppa just slows things
सिर्फ
down with the
विंडो
Hunter's
से ऑफ
Fury
लगाई
for
थी
now as they reset the pace of this round.
3v3 still भाई
Nothing far, nothing seen by the
Spot किया
drone
उसने
just
backside
yet, so they're going to have to creep in. Use the rest of this util 2 flash, fragment grenade with shock darts. They should be able to clear out some of these areas. Nice little spread here by Lev. First fragment allows them to somewhat take that back portion of the site, and they get the kill onto Spike. Already working out in C9's favor. They've identified Neon at ladder, and now it's going to be the shot from King. And he ends the round. King with a 4K. He's gotta get a little momentum under himself here. Right now he's got the curse stay buff for saying.
कोई मुझे बताया क्यों नहीं पहले मैच में जिल्सिस क्या खेला है ओह जिल्सिस अच्छा खेला पहले मैच में वाओ ब्रो आई गेस जिल्सिस really wants to win now
Oh, they're still not clearing. They're playing this one a little slow, but no, Neon's in their face. That's what they were
भाई ये
looking
थर्ड मैच जा रहा
for.
है
Just setting up a little bit of the bait
ये
and
थर्ड मैच
switch.
जा रहा है चैट
Slow. Actually, fast play from Zelsis here with the speed that Oxy is able to move with that operator through the flank position.
मैं तो NRG G2
Well,
के
you
लिए
got
एकदम
that down
excited हूँ पता है
So
क्या
Oxy might be able to move in here towards the window with the op, but unfortunately with Zelsis falling, that might change the plans.
Oof. One click. He'll
और
go
एक
for
और
it.
एक मारता राउंड
Still
निकाल देगा
800 on him. That's his first ult point, so there's really just the fight going in.
देखो उसको और मौत कसम ये नियॉन एक नंबर का चुमकांडी प्लेयर है हाँ भाई
Plays the shorty close range, and the timeout's not going to work right away for C9. Lev, grab another one.
I wonder if he hit him with that left click of that knife. I think he did.
Let me walk into
Nonetheless, though, I think
Just swinging.
what has been obvious here for the side of Leviatán, sorry, as well, is as soon as they got the ults to work with, the fast tempo into these hits. Once they cycled it through, back to the very slow game. So I think it gives an opportunity now for C9 to start discussing a bit as well. To say,
imagine Oxy लेके ही आ रहा
we
होता
got to get ready for these fast
शॉटी
pops. How do we delay
यहाँ पे
through
राउंड
this
निकल सकता था Oxy का
pit and
अब इन
Hunter's
लोग को
Fury
ऑफ मिल
available
गई
within
है
this round?
इनका इको राउंड भाई साहब
And there you go. How do you find that
4 हो
information
जाएगा
early?
ब्लेड
Already
उड़ेगा
finding
इसी
an
टाइम से
early
स्ट्रीम
knife out
करनी
on
थी
this side.
मैं
It actually
NRG
gets two
G2 से
players,
स्ट्रीम करने
including
वाला था
that
मैं
Hunter's
जल्दी उठ
Fury
गया तो
from
मैंने
blows.
सोचा कि C9 लेव भी देख ही लेते हैं
Double take that control towards A main.
I mean, you almost have to get the info on where Lev's moving now. They aren't inserting anymore and making noise in positions. They're kind of moving the map and then hitting. So C9 has to figure it out early. Just jumping steps over here. Should be a quick clear.
शॉट Oxy
Should be a quick clear, but it's Oxy. Snapping a quick hospital.
हाँ लोग
flick
गन
to
क्यों नहीं ले रहे
Spike Scene's head there.
That's crazy. Although
Shot,
they fell
man.
back instead of going to pick up the weapon, and nice on
क्या
Neon
jump
to cut
पीता
the
ये
rotate back. Yet still walking into the B site. Sheris also being played by Vic.
यहाँ पर ज़ेपा भी रोटेट कर रहा है अगर बैक साइड पे लोग एक मारते हैं माइंड भाई ये बंदा पागल है भाई
walked on for a moment as he gets a kill on Vic. And they're just going to hold this site strong. Blows onto Penny. Sep C9 is kind of just giving them the ones here as they're peeking left and right. A little bit of the Guardian low by, so they're not too worried about things. That should be cleaned up for Sato. He gets one on the board. We're started now.
कोई
The
दिक्कत
fire's
की
lit.
बात नहीं है
And Lev are going to tie up the game with 4-4.
First where
Oxy भाई ऐसी थोड़ी है
in
Yeah.
terms of the duels that he's been picking up in
ये
this
भी
series.
इसके ऊपर भी ध्यान रखो भाई ये भी बहुत ही
But
डेंजर प्लेयर
C9,
है
they find that info early, but they're also on were on an eco rather.
क्या
Yeah, nice pick
देखो
there.
ना क्या शॉट दिया Oxy को
Trying to split
डिलीट
that
कर
site
इसे
on that B site for Cloud9, forcing them to cross over that wall, but simple when you're able to updraft over that.
देखा जाए तो लेव की टीम खराब नहीं है
Big A.
है ना लेव की टीम एकदम खराब नहीं है भाई बहुत अच्छी टीम है लेव
He legged him.
Ow.
120
I wonder if the knife even saved Neon where he couldn't updraft and float anymore and then falls to get legged. That would have been crazy in that look, in that POV.
A little bit of mid control grab, nothing past that middle wall though. And ult over on the C, or sorry, B side here by C9. may force the hand of Lev to go through tunnel. They have that mid somewhat watched by the side of Vic.
अब ये लोग A split कर सकते हैं.
Yeah, Lev
Never
doing a
mind,
bit of that
mid
walk
walk
up
up
again,
कर रहे
seeing
हैं.
how close they can get before they activate, how much time they can kind of whittle away.
पर ज़ेपा भाई
So we
आपको
definitely see
इतना
the
सारा
power of
info
that
तो
double
मिला है.
initiator. The knife,
Wow.
one single knife wasted so much
ये
util
one way
from
तो उनके
Leviatán to
player
start.
clear हो
But then
जाएगा.
after that, they get the
क्योंकि ये लोग mid
drone
walk up
into the
कर
mid
गए.
round. So it allows for them to readjust. You see
They're
now
winning
Zeus
this.
is flashing into the
निकल
double
लग रहा है,
doors,
they're
trying to
winning
cover
this.
that spot.
नहीं रे, अभी ऑक्सी अच्छे से चालू हो जाएगा तो खत्म है. ओह, एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा है.
He sniffed it out.
Bro, smell आ गई ऑक्सी को.
Quick shot, very nice call for that knife to come through again here, so they can re-clear an
swing मत
area,
करना, swing मत
get the
करना.
movement out of A main. Now towards B,
good
the
eye.
initial strat for Lev, what they've been trying to work
भाई
mid the
साहब,
whole
अब ये लोग B
time.
पे कैसे
Running
जाएंगे?
quite low for
City
Neon,
जा
but he's
रहे
gonna
हैं.
try to be the front of this one as they go for a little spawn action first
Oh,
before
nice
planting,
Zelsis.
and they meet a wall. That wall's name is Zelsis.
भाई
A third
सब
one for him
तीन
there,
मारता है
as it just looks
Zelsis.
too easy for C9 to read these slower rounds from Lev.
Yeah, just two walls. Cosmic Divide on the defense where you can't cross into B, you get into...
भाई Valorant में
the
डबल
arches
ओपिंग
and
क्यों नहीं
base
होती चैट? Valorant में डबल
Right
ओपिंग क्यों
into
नहीं करते हैं
Zelsis.
लोग? ब्रीज हेवन
are
जैसे
good.
मैप्स पे ना डबल ओपिंग होनी चाहिए, पता है?
Staying further back, I mean, nice shot by
ओ
Oxy.
उसने क्रॉसर ऑलमोस्ट प्लेस कर दिया था बे.
A little bit of miscomm going through there because you saw the pathing from Leviatán when they decided
Wow.
to move out towards that half
Nice
wall and
one,
push out
Zelsis.
towards the arches.
Yeah.
It only ended up being
Zelsis
one
aim
player
training
swinging
करके
in
आया
the
है,
front.
हाँ ना?
The other one had his back turned against him. And Lev just got easily
मारा
mowed
भाई
down by the
उसने.
lineup of
अच्छे shots
Zelsis.
मारा.
Now a change of pace, C9 aggro. So far for Leviatán's the same thing.
अरे नाइस.
Miss on one side, but Zelsis
अरे
has the back
बहुत
covered.
सारे
Oxy's
control
gonna
मिल
come
गया
up and
उनको.
bring up the rear on that one. They're trying to switch the map here for a moment in A main as Lev wants that space back. Zelsis and Oxy say
W
no,
control,
with a little
babe.
bit of blood on the floor, but it's mostly Lev's. And now it's just King again.
क्या है? आधे सेकंड के अंदर A main मिला है उन लोग को.
Find a kill for the end of this round.
Zelsis is looking different today.
Yeah.
But that said, like
पागल
I
हो
said,
गया
they
Zelsis, हाँ
tried
ना?
to go for an aggro change of tempo for C9, but Leviatán as well. Just a couple of rounds ago, I was just mentioning, they don't like to go
भाई
very quickly
Zelsis
when they don't
ड्राई
have
स्विंग
these
किया
people
पहले
to
वाले
work
प्लेयर
with
को.
for
ऑलमोस्ट
Leviatán.
आरएनजी दिया है उसको
I
स्पाइक
assume
जिन को.
maybe they were trying to move in quickly to just get the pit down.
भाई स्पाइक
So they
जिन को
tempoed
2-10
quickly
कर
through the
दिया.
double doors.
साटो को भी 2
Oxy
आउट
was
कर
ready for
दिया.
that. They watch each other's backs.
वाओ ये
And
नहीं
full
निकाल रही
control of
भाई.
that A main, forcing King now on a
ये
save.
नहीं निकाल रही C9. I mean Lev. Sorry. Lev का गेम नहीं है ये.
30
So
seconds
clean
left.
from C9 right now. It seems like they're even
Without
reading
Aspas,
the
Lev is
plays at
nothing.
the
What do you
beginning of the
mean,
round
bro?
for Lev here.
आसपास
Know
की
that
टीम है,
Lev
मैं भी
feel
आ रहा
really
हूँ.
uncomfortable if C9 do make a play and stop that default from happening right away.
उसके
Really
देश के
would get
प्लेयर
under
है ये
Lev's
लोग.
skin. Like, save here, as we know for King, they have a few ultimates coming online here with even Sato's just on deck if they can get another ult orb. But they gotta find something that works.
Last
The
game भी
mid
second top
has
fragger
given
था.
them
कितना frag किया
the
उसने
most
last game?
distance into a site, into a long post
टाइम आउट
plant.
आएगा अब एक.
So we'll see if they go
100%
to
एक टाइम
control.
आउट आएगा लेव का.
If they want to control that middle for Leviatán, I feel that they have to slow that a little bit more. I think that extremity control is
फिर
very
जो आसपास
important
तो
if they
वही
want to
कैरी
try to
करता
finish
था.
towards that
जरूरी
A
नहीं है
site.
भाई क्या बात.
But you also
क्या
have to use
बात
players
कर रहा है
that
मेरी
where you
जान.
trust the rain. You know
5v5
they're
गेम
going
है
to win
भाई
these
ये.
solo
कोई
duels,
सिंगल
right?
प्लेयर
You
से
need
डिसाइड
intel
नहीं
on
होता
elbow
गेम.
so that you can finish into the mid round on a mid control. But I
आसपास
think
वाइब
A
लाता
side to
था.
try to stop Oxy and Zelsis
भाई
together
Zelsis
right
के
there would be
फ्लैश क्रेजी है.
a great way to
17
allow for you to
बाप
finally
रे,
get
दो
that
का
mid control.
KD.
Because what happens, the other few rounds
जो आधे का KD में रहता है वो 2 का KD.
giving it to them. And then once they try to cross that line of scrimmage
Nah,
to
this
get
is
into the
crazy.
sights, there's not enough time left. They trip on their own laces, and then they just get stopped by C9 no matter what. This game looks
भाई
really close.
लेव से भी ना
Despite that,
नियॉन को
Exactly,
उठाएंगे
but
और
it's
नियॉन
still
को कोई
6-4.
बढ़िया
it
टीम में
started off
लाएंगे
with a
देखना.
4K from King. I think that maybe broke the econ.
नियॉन
from
ना
C9
एक
right
सुपर
after, so
टीम
that
बिल्ड में
maybe
जाएगा
have
देखना.
been, you know, the silver lining that allowed Leviatán to start stringing some rounds
Neon वो
together.
danger
But
player
outside of
है.
that, it's been C9 through the macro from beginning to the end.
And I love that we're getting a bit of a jet match here, as you see on your screen. 10-6-1 Neon, Oxy 12-7-3. They're at the top of the board for themselves, and in a position as well where we heard Cloud9 say, you know, Penny's going to kind of take that role. But here, you don't really want Oxy on the
shoot
Viper.
कर
You
रहा
want
है.
him back on that true to form jet, and you are getting it from him. So really cool to see we get a little
मतलब ये
jet
लोग
v jet
अगले
match here between the two.
15
and Lev is
6-5
starting
हुआ है
to put
अभी.
up those numbers to come back.
6-25
Oxy's
तक
looking to
गेम
hop right
खत्म.
into that B main.
Yep.
So if they try to drone just to try to pit Hunter's Fury, whatever, he's going to
20
try to catch
25
them
तक
right
गेम खत्म
away.
ये वाला.
They have to be ready for this.
NRG
for
G2
Leviatán.
7 के पहले ही चालू हो जाएगा मतलब.
He's ready to just peek. Flash sort.
आज vitality का भी game था. अरे miss किया.
Almost catches Sato Util out in a moment.
That's a window though. Leviatán can start tempoing up here and catch them off guard with these ults.
Chill TV.
He's already on the tunnel line. And that one he's not going to miss. Actually takes down his counterpart in Neon. Looks for another one just on the outside of the wall. Almost gets the fadeaway shot, and he is getting pressured hard. Wants to go for the fight again, and he cannot be stopped. It's going to take an ultimate to shut Oxy down.
भाई वहाँ पे दूसरा किल था ही नहीं ऑक्सी का. ऑक्सी कैसे तो निकाल लिया. और राउंड खत्म.
But Lev isn't doing much more than kind of hanging out, waiting for somebody else to make a move.
Wow.
As that mid portion fizzled out, they couldn't enter B main as fast as they wanted.
Vitality versus Furia grand final. Wow.
I mean, you already had the high-low looking into the window, and once Oxy spots some opponents,
Spirit हार गई Furia से.
Or Molly's double.
Hell nah, bro. 2-1.
Vic playing the high-low at that spot.
Yeah.
So you can't even follow up behind that for Leviatán.
Nice.
Operator picked up. Still a big focus here for C9 to get those first kills. Just make that 4v5 conversion so hard for
आपके भाई अच्छा प्लेयर है, बहुत अच्छा प्लेयर. समझता हूँ और हगने पे दोस्त.
He doesn't miss a beat, that's for sure.
Yeah, Oxy prime 4-2.
क्या बोलता है दोस्त?
Just understood as well for as much as he stalled, and when he peeked out towards that B main,
मैं Counter Strike की बात कर रहा था. आज Counter Strike का IEM का final है.
Walking up towards that elbow staircase.
Furia versus Vitality.
To have the heads up play, the read to go back towards the
अलग game, rival game.
Huge.
In a solo hold on A.
भाई Sato भी inconsistent player है ना.
He sees probably a little bit of that orb from
मारता
Yoru
है तो
searching him out.
एकदम danger चलता है. Sato भी वियतनामी है.
And this should be Lev's round to set up everything they want in a
Vietnamese
perfect style defense to shut down C9 in the retake. Let's see what C9 can do, though.
It's a very nice pit that they have. He could tuck into the corner towards A main, run away from a lot of util. That's exactly where he's going right now for SpikeZine. The rest of them could play inside of it or just outside to listen for some info.
Oh, King. So good at just the cut-off plays as teams are transitioning back to the other side. And this makes C9 sweat a little bit, even more that Zelsis is down. They don't even need abilities here. It's just about the aim for
अगर C9 निकाल ली.
And that loss of one player isn't even going to scare him one bit. Blows with a quick kill. Another one as well. And a 7-5 scoreline as Lev is really able to fix a lot of what they found problems in on the first map. Thanks to King again, honestly.
Cutting 2 rotates into the post plant. When he's left on an island as well. He's also the last line of defense in the pulse plant when he has this Astra to play with. But that said, though, a great job overall, despite it looking very one-sided in terms of the map for Cloud9. Leviatán's able to keep this close.
See what they can get on the next half. We are going to be heading over to GB with co-streamer Toto.
Thank you so much for that, fellas. Yes, joined here by Toto, the pocket KO himself. The man who, if you ever want to know how to be a good KO in your ranked games, this is the guy to watch on YouTube. Now, Toto, first things first, welcome to the Riot Games. You having fun so far?
Well, I'm having a blast, bro.
Yeah. Now, what's the experience been like? And the vibe as well, especially, you know, co-streaming while you're in a live environment must be kind of surreal.
Honestly, the crowd's amazing here. Shout out to the crowd.
Yeah, shout out to the crowd. Give yourself a round of applause. So you got to do it. You got to like lead them into it.
First series, 100 Thieves is my team, so I'm really happy to see him win that match. This map's exciting. I need the birthday man Sato to heat up for us. I want a good map series.
Oh, Sato birthday.
Yeah, I know. I'm right there with you. Real quick though, you've played Valorant all across Japan. You hit Radiant playing across Japan. What's a place that you would like to go and play Valorant in another country?
Philippines.
The Philippines. Hey, I like that. We also got some Filipinos in the house as well. All right.
Philippines में क्यों खेलना है भाई तेरे को Valorant? Philippines में तो सिंगापुर सर्वर खेलना पड़ जाएगा भाई आपको.
Thank you GB and Toto for chiming in here on this matchup. Much closer to the first one too, so it is getting pretty spicy between these two teams. We'll have to see if Cloud9's attack now is too much for Lev or have
NRG तो वो danger match होने वाला है भाई.
Want to see their attack as well for Cloud9. I think this is the third time they're playing Breeze. They went from
half
a
time.
bridge comp that we'll never talk about
मैं ये
again.
दोनों में confuse हो
And then
गया.
they went into the double duelist comp.
मैं
the
दोनों में
second time they
confuse
played
हो
it,
गया
now they're
भाई.
going to the double initiator
ये
comp,
क्या बात हो
which
गई?
then for me, Penny playing this role, is he going to try
What
to
in the
activate a lot
cosplay
more
is
on
that,
perks?
bro?
And I think just on the nature of this composition, you're looking to get
साटो
to
भाई का
default
birthday
a
है
lot
और
more
साटो
skill,
भाई
very similarly
happy birthday
to
कर रहे हैं.
how you have to approach the map really for
10 में.
these changes on Breeze. And they have the perfect comp for that.
Duelist,
because now you can flash
defensive
through.
duelist हो गए.
The Viper wall
सब
on
लोग बेबी को
defense,
इतना
but also
फालतू क्यों
knife
बोलते हैं?
information on top of that, and not just
I don't
being a
know, bro.
guru crutch to be able to help your teammates too.
Nobody believes
Activating
in
on
Big
your
Boy
attack side.
Andre.
Oh,
Double walk down from Lev.
yeah, keeping themselves protected in the tunnel. I wonder if they were going to kind of backpedal and see what was happening mid there, but safe play to stay together for the time being. It looks like they are going to
मैं तो
actually back
भरता हूँ
out,
बेबी
though,
को, but I
leaving a
still
quick
love him,
insert
bro.
there, but a dangerous spot for Sato.
मारता
You
है
see
तो
the
बहुत
difference for
danger
the
मारता है.
buys for Cloud9 as well.
Yeah.
They like to go a lot for these ghosts instead of the 4 or 5 sheriffs.
वो उम्र में
that we
इतना
usually
फ्रैक
see here
करना
from
बहुत
Leviatán
मुश्किल
on the
काम
other
है.
side.
भाई.
So do want to use a little bit of util, but they haven't used a util to try to get in first, and they're getting shut down by
Wall
Lev
up की
already.
पहले ही.
How did Neon clear Oxy? You have to see that again in the
अरे
replays. That
smoke
was
through
crazy
मारा
as the
होगा.
wall was coming up.
अरे
And it's not going to
अचानक
take
से
much
1v3 हो गया.
longer for the rest of the members of
निकालते
C9
से
to be
पता नहीं
found
एक
trying
greedy
to enter
मारूंगा.
the site here from a distance. Lev is hitting these shots, and they're trying to clean up
हाँ,
Zeppa.
swing नहीं कर रहे.
If he could sneak out of this though,
There's a lot of time.
ये
decides to
1v3
commit
निकाल लिया.
into the lurk pick.
संतूर मामा ने.
They are isolated in fights though.
अरे रे रे रे.
Nice ability to turn back on that
Oh,
one
yeah.
and get the kill. Sato
Double हो
with
गई
2
kill
towards the
Sato
alt
की.
point. Spike's actually getting 3 towards the alt there. So nice little setup
क्या बात
first
है?
round. Still a few alive. And we'll
Third
see
में अब
if
जाएगा
Lev
क्या?
can now carry this momentum.
Yeah, it looks like he saw the.
भाई
duel.
डिफेंस में अगर
He's
मार
so
लिए ये
put
लोग तो
back to
थर्ड
the
में
site
बहुत
instead
easy.
of the guru just tucked in.
ओह.
2 body shots too.
ऑक्सी भाई को बहुत जल्दी है. ट्रेन शूट रही है
Yeah,
ऑक्सी भाई
after the
की.
first player dies here from Zelsis as he's trying to jump spot for the knife.
अभी मेरे के स्टॉप पे है वी
They
एनर्जी
have the
पे.
extra util
हाँ
to
भाई.
support on the entry for the
उसने
rest of
बहुत
the team. and
कंसिस्टेंटली
got
मारा है यार. सिर्फ
lined up
एक
and
गेम
picked
नहीं
off
मारा है.
by
वो
Leviatán.
लास्ट गेम था
A good start.
जिसमें वो वाइपर खेल रहा
Pistol
था.
rounds have been pretty decent for Leviatán
बाकी
throughout the
चेंबर
series.
वाले तो ऑलमोस्ट सारे गेम्स
Now
मारा
an
है.
outlaw for Neon on the
कल
defense.
700 में कौन जीता?
A different look for Cloud9. They
Sen
actually
100 tips
look
कहाँ
to
था
heavily
भाई?
lean towards the A side and control the orb.
Yeah. The 0 point allows you to know if it's
Sen
free or
Lev
not
था.
all the time.
अरे 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 अरे.
Almost a free kill there, but it's
अरे?
back and forth. King comes away, not too worse for the wear. And they'll be able to set up on
कल
this
सेन का गेम लेव
for a
के
few
साथ
more
था
kills. Penny
और
and
लेव
Zeppa
जीता.
holding the
तभी लेव
spike, so
यहाँ
they
पे.
get some money to themselves here as
सेन
they
तो
get to
बाहर
the
हो
next
गया.
round, maybe a little bit more too.
चैट सेन एक भी मैच नहीं जीता ना.
This is where it will potentially get dangerous for Cloud9. You have Neon already showing that he has a scope to work with, but with the
कल
how
NV
big
और
this
सेन
fight is,
दोनों
or
बाहर हो
with
गए.
the changes, you can still go for these open fights.
कुछ नहीं बोलते.
You have a possibility here to play a lot of
जी
scopes
पेपर एक्स
for
में
the
क्या
side
लगता
of
है?
Leviatán.
वन साइडेड गेम है पेपर एक्स के लिए दोस्तों.
Maybe it's
टेंशन
not
मत लो आप
at the same
लोग.
time, but they're also trying to figure out how to maximize the fuse for the orbs.
एक जीते थे. क्या बात कर रहा है? एक जीते तो लोअर ब्रैकेट से कैसे बाहर हो गए?
Like us, Vans. Like us.
ओह.
No, I'm clean.
सेकंड मैप पे क्या? हाँ.
He's like, I'm watching the dart,
Why,
and then
Baby
somebody
King?
pops out. Yeah, it was a fight.
Good jobs by the producers not to
Good
call
morning,
hot
Adam
audio
bhai.
on that one because it makes it even funnier.
इजी के अगेंस्ट जीते थे.
Just
आ.
watch King
भूल
silently
गया था.
mime what the hell just happened in that previous round. That said, though, back into the series grounds, Cloud9 has a rifle round to work with. What this plan allows for them to
सेंटिनल्स तो
pick
रिबिल्ड
up
होगी चैट.
until full armor to
100%
play against this
rebuild
Neon
होगी,
outlaw
overall.
who still gets the opening pick.
बोनस राउंड निकलवा
And
देगा ये
headshot will
बंदा.
not
ऑक्सी
save
मर
you.
गया.
When you got the outlaw wielded.
अगर आप लोग का ड्यूलिस्ट मर जाए तो आप क्या करना चाहेंगे? क्या आपने इनिशिएटर को बोलेंगे एंट्री करने के लिए या
They don't really have an entry
पिक
now.
बाय पिक खेलने के
So
लिए?
it's got to be everybody together
Walk up
here
कर रहे
after
हैं.
this flash, after the initiator
साटो
util.
चांटा मारने
They
वाला
may
है
have to
ज़ेपा को
wait for
देखो.
a sonar bolt if they do that.
ज़ेपा स्विंग करेगा.
Time will tick down. And Lev is going to go ahead and get themselves
Oh,
back
bro,
into more
timing is
anchor
crazy.
positions as mid.
अबे वो
getting a
fight
little
दिखाओ.
love from C9, but they still have quite a bit of space around the map.
Nice one,
Oh, that's
Zeltish.
huge. That first pick right there, but Sato stays very patient. What they're trying to do for Cloud9 right now is to force him to leave so that Zeppa can find the timing, and he does so.
देख रहे हो दोस्तों?
Just in the nick of
मैंने
time.
क्या बोला था साटो मारेगा
Playing the map.
देखा
Not even
तुमने
the
क्या हुआ?
sights here. So clean from Cloud9, and they
Wow.
wait King out. They know King for being the one to catch the rotations, be in middle. They catch him getting into that position. 7 to
कहाँ से
7
जाओगे
here.
नियन भाई?
C9 have the read to push themselves.
कहाँ से जाओगे?
That's just little nice things in terms of the fundamentals of understanding the map
कोई
control
बात
here
नहीं,
in
nice
tactical
try
FPS. And
है.
that's the experience here that
Extra
Zeppa,
रहेगा.
Celsius,
MIBR
and even Amy
2-0
as a coach
Furia
has been showing for quite a long time.
फुरिया का चांस ही नहीं है
Went
MIBR
from
के
CS
सामने
until
जीतने
now.
का.
I mean, you look at the inserts, they make a lot of noise, they cut that noise, Zeppa makes a
अब
play.
अगर
then
कुछ
all
भी
they do
होता है
is
तो
just
मुझे कुछ मत
interrupt.
बोलना.
They don't want to force the hand to say, oh, we have to try to push because we already got picks. They force the hand of the defenders to actually peek to find information
Nice,
because
bhai.
they're now starved
उन
that
लोग ने
info and they have to push to
सिर्फ
figure
एक
out
ही
where the
गन
rotates
गई.
could be.
Another one of those was Zelsis just kind of, the flash went off, right? But that was a swing peek onto
Op
mid
निकल गई
or
है
doors
बंदी.
and get a kill in A.
A पे जा
So
रही
the
है और
1v1 C9 are
Zelsis
cleaning up
भी A
too
पे
when
क्यों
they're
जा रहा है?
being
मत जा
called
भाई.
upon for those
भी जा.
situations.
बात
And
मान.
they get their first
जाएगा
round.
थर्ड. मेरे को नहीं लगता थर्ड जाएगा. Cloud9 के भी बैक टू बैक 2 राउंड भी निकलते हैं ना अगर तो वो लोग गेम खत्म कर देंगे.
Celsius trying to see
देखना
if he
MIBR
can be
ट्रॉफी तो नहीं
off
जीतेगी.
main at the start.
MIBR अमेरिकास की ट्रॉफी
that.
जीतेगी स्टेज 1
As
में.
it doesn't spawn anybody yet. You're picking up back
इंटरनेशनल ट्रॉफी नहीं
slowly.
जीतेगी MIBR.
And any other day,
100%
Neon's
लिख
on
के ले लो.
form, that should have been Zeppa dying right away, but thankfully you'll count your lucky stars. They stay alive, they find some info on the top of tunnel.
GRMS देखा था?
The counter drone here as well from
हाँ,
the defender
अरे नहीं,
side. So
actually मेरे को एक-
identified 3 players from Leviatán on his crossfire
एक
setup.
जगह बुलाया
under
गया था.
control.
तो मैं वहाँ
And
चला
this
गया
is
था.
do it if it works, right? The spike's down, they're working the map instead of the site again.
मैंने तो अपनी प्रेडिक्शन दे दी
Slowly
थी भाई.
creeping in everywhere
पहले ही
they
प्रेडिक्शन
can
दे दी थी.
to make Lev realize they're missing timings, missing windows.
All right, this is where we're going to need some good calls by Zelsis because Leviatán gave so much space for C9 and they could go anywhere they want in this mid-round. With the
ऐसा
spike
ना
down
बोलो यार,
towards
क्लच
A,
में दिल
is it,
से बुरा
okay,
लगा.
if Foxy gets a pick here towards B, do we
क्या दिल से
rotate back
बुरा
towards
लगा
that
यार?
side? Do we try to hit towards A? Nobody's rotated from Leviatán yet, and they haven't heard any
मेरे
noise
पीछे बहुत crazy
on the
मार रहे
attack
थे.
for C9 on these rotates.
मेरे
Looks
घी
like it
के
is gonna
सामने
be a
किसी का
B
घी नहीं
fake on
चलता है
this
bro.
hit.
ये तुझे पता होना चाहिए. ये देख लो ऑक्सी को.
That's
You
huge.
till out just tells a
भाई
story
डरते
of
हो?
unready Lev
थोड़ा
was,
सा
how
डरते हो?
close
मार दो,
C9
spikes इनको ही
could
मार
be
दो.
in their eyes for these plays. And they are going to be peeking out from
Game ही
everywhere now.
खत्म.
Lev's wondering how
देखा मैंने
C9
Jinx
is
का
all
flick.
over the map at one time. It's because they're inserting themselves so well
अरे
here.
और भी नहीं
That's
मिला.
crazy the way that looked.
And that's the issue of
कि
playing
MIBR
this
international नहीं
single
जीतेगी.
initiator for the composition of Lev.
Chad,
You
इसको
need now
game
to
नहीं
leverage
पता क्या
shots
मैंने
with
क्या
the
किया.
TPs, jump spot, try to find some info.
इसको
TPs
game
with
नहीं
other
पता
players, be
लगता
more
है.
active around the map. If
अल्लाह
not,
bro.
you see exactly where C9
Nah,
was spread out
nah.
across and they
थोड़े
found some
थोड़े देर
value
बाद
out of it.
समझेगा.
Could have been a different story if the shots were landing, of course, for Leviatán's side, but another one of those rounds where C9 are one step ahead of
8
the macro.
HP है. उसके ऊपर पूरे
Like when
stars
Oxy
commit
is
कर
moving
दिया.
towards that B side and makes noise,
ले.
they already heard the rotate from Neon back out
गन
towards
तो
that
सेव
tunnel,
करने ना
so
मिल
they
रही
knew
तेरे
it was
को.
weak side towards A as well.
क्या बात है. Fully को.
He said, I did
Fully को
142
कोई else भी नहीं
damage.
है.
Everybody started running. Let's get another alt point online. 9 to 7 now for Cloud9. Stringing together rounds since their first gun round there. What is the answer? Alt points, I mean, they're close to Cosmic Divide for Lev, but still pretty far away
उसका
for an
aggress
answer
किया है
from
यार
strong
CT
with
पे.
those. So it's got to be reading C9's map control.
ये आप मेरे स्कूल में कंप्यूटर टीचर दिख रहे हो. Actually,
Sato not having a chance here to show his skills as he's getting
अगर
shut
तुम
down quite
word
often
open
by
करो.
C9, and it's funny because they
It's
were
not funny.
again talking before
इसलिए
Zeppa
बुरा
how
लगा
to
यार.
stop and slow down somebody like Neon.
नहीं
but
अच्छा
they did
लगा
an
मेरे को
excellent
तो
job
भाई एनवी ने
slowing
जो भी
another
किया
star player
जो भी
across
हुआ
Leviatán
उनके
and
साथ
Sato.
बहुत अच्छा लगा. मैं बहुत खुश था भाई.
Forcing
कल
the
के
equal for
EG
Leviatán.
वर्सेस
Marshall
एनवी के
for
वॉच पार्टी के
Neon.
बाद मैं इतना खुश था ना
Had a
भाई.
little bit of a walk down for Leviatán.
मैं इतने दिन से कुछ खा नहीं रहा था. मैं कल के दिन अच्छा खाया.
On defense as well to take that
सिर्फ
mid-control and
एनवी
counter
बाहर हो गई
against Cloud9.
इसीलिए सेलिब्रेट करने के लिए.
If it's not going to be the look now, hopefully
वाइडल
we'll see it
फ्रंटिंग
in
में क्या
their
लगता है?
next rifle round. They just have to
सुपर
not
टीम.
allow C9 to get so much
सुपर
space
टीम
to
gonna
work with.
win bro.
Already choosing the
आज जिस
soft
क्रम में
site.
डबल डिसीजन bro. डबल डिसीजन. अच्छी कर
They're going to go in probably on this 30-second mark. As C9 get as close as possible. You can see Zelsis 4 seconds on the 0 point. And they crash site. It's just enough time for Sato to get back, but it is going to be that low buy. How much can they get in the face of C9? Living by the skin of his teeth. Spikes and actually gets a big kill there. As Penny and Oxy right the wrongs of the site for now, but they're being closed on and
guns नहीं है भाई क्या ही करेंगे
Zik, or Vic rather, will stare down the scope.
ले लो प्लांट ले लो 10 ही सेकंड रहते हैं
Marshall from the hip. Yeah, huge stun there to clean up another kill. They're giving C9 some problems here. 8 seconds to plant. And they're going to start running at him to create even more. Oh, the swing from Vic. The flick is so
Bro,
good.
you look so
King and
flick
blows get
marte
swept
hain.
away and C9 grab another round.
Wow. Saving that round too. I saw that Spike was almost gonna get taken down by the spray in the first place through the smoke, but he survives just enough to do some
good morning,
chaos.
Shishin, bhai.
Chaos with crossfire from that back of the site. And then Leviatán encroaches. C9 looked like they were hesitating a bit. Gets that second kill. If he doesn't, it was 0.5 seconds left, and it's back to a 1v1. Where now you could play Ring Around the Rosie and see if winning off time at least guaranteed for Leviatán, but thankfully Vic is there to save.
Vic भाई उस दिन क्या हो गया था बस
And C9 can just flex their muscles with ultimates here if they want. Null Command's going to go off first.
इन लोग का मैच होगा आज
stay on their side of
100 Thieves 100 Thieves से जो जीतेगा उसका मैच होगा 100 Thieves से
Another Cosmic
हाँ
Divide
100 Thieves
comes out, so
बहुत
one wall
strong
goes
है
down,
बे
another comes up, another time
100 Thieves deserving ही नहीं है lower bracket की पता है 100 Thieves एक middle bracket run वाली टीम होनी चाहिए थी पर क्योंकि G2 हार गई थी और NRG भी हार गई थी तो इसीलिए उनको चांस ही नहीं मिला अरे अरे
Nice big fight though to start for C9 to solidify this post plant.
Oxy just dodges out. What a quick flash dodge as well. Make sure that's not the real Yoru. His daggers. Looks for a quick kill.
अरे Oxy भाई बराबर गन तो उठा लो
they gotta be ready for and
नाइस
blows.
बे नाइस
Finds a
उसने
few,
उतरे
but
रेंज
there's
से भी
so
अगर
many
शॉटी से
more.
मार दिया ना
Cloud9 right now 11-7 here
Zero
as
MS
they're making this attack side count.
Yeah.
Watch party कर दी आप नहीं थे मैंने watch party एक रीजन के कारण नहीं करी ना समझा तू thank you for the 20th region भाई
Such a difficult position in that back of that A site. The new area that's been opened up here on Breeze, and that's been very. It's given a chance for players on the attack. Post plant.
फिर से good morning
I don't know what was happening. They were on my ass though.
That's what I'm saying.
My God,
In
Chronicles
terms of
not done
defense or
yet.
attack, that new spot in the back of
Chronicles
Breeze,
को
you
एक-
can anchor that a little bit
Yeah.
better.
Chronicle
now
को
with
एक trophy
Util to
मिल
support
जाएगा।
you across the board on both sides. And it's C9 takes the upper hand.
And Lev have to buckle down. Elimination in just a few
भाई,
more.
आज
C9
ये मेरी
is
है।
really mounting the pressure.
आज ये अमेरिकाज का आखिरी गेम है इसके बाद बड़े ब्रैकेट चालू हो जाएंगे आई गेस मतलब फाइनल्स पैसिफिक का भी आज आखिरी गेम है
It's exactly what they need.
फिर मिडिल राउंड
Kill
4
one
और
of the
फिर
initiators out,
अपर
know
फाइनल
the
मिडिल
next
फाइनल
util is
और
gonna be the
लोअर
one
फाइनल
that
रह
C9
जाएगा
has to break into sight with. Oh, Oxy, the walk up again through tunnel. It's not gonna be the first time King
इस बार पनिश किया
has the timing of the map so far.
But the second insert
Now,
though,
somehow
right here,
ये राउंड भी C9
that might be a
जीतेगी
game changer for C9 in this
देखो
round.
Right before the smoke comes up, and they still find two more on the
3v3 हो गया
Leviatán as the
already.
play isn't even activated yet. There's just
My
smoke
discipline
going
बहुत
up and
अच्छा है
down. Quick ult. It's going to get them a little bit of an insert into sight here, but it's not full. How are they going
अभी
to work
स्पाइक
this
जिन
from
को बस
here?
वॉक अप करना है
It's on Vic again.
It is on Vic, and he swings out of a smoke
क्या
to
बोला
get
था
it.
मैंने?
Zappa makes himself
क्या बोला
known
था?
and goes around the backside.
somehow
Clearing
3v5 भी
position and
निकालेगी
giving Penny
Cloud9
time to plant.
भाई
And
उनको
now
क्रेजी
they
मोमेंटम
call
मिल गया है वो
upon
लोग
the
जहां
youngster,
जहां
upon
डुएल ले रहे हैं
Neon,
वहां जीत रहे हैं
putting up numbers in his games, and he asks for quite a
अरे
bit
रे
here.
नियॉन भाई
First kills
कोई
there, get a
दिक्कत की
little bit
बात
of view.
नहीं
Love the
है
play as he sees actually where another player is. Hard to be identifying where any of your enemies are at this point. Oh, they draw his vision. Oh, he could still get it. The snap's not going to be there. It's Vic in the end.
भी
Who's
एक
been
मार
the
देता
safe
खत्म
pair
हो
of
जाता
hands for C9.
Again, it's that second insert.
रिजन तो क्या है जाता है एक दिन खेलने फिर वॉच पार्टी
Sato, I love that King swung back out just to double check and make sure that
डीमन वन का सही है वे एक दिन खेलो एक दिन वॉच पार्टी एक दिन खेलो एक दिन वॉच पार्टी
So Vic cuts the rotate, sneaks into the site, opens up the site for Cloud9 and even
एक दिन गेम प्ले, एक दिन वॉच पार्टी, एक दिन गेम प्ले, एक दिन वॉच पार्टी. यहाँ गेम खेला, यहाँ वॉच पार्टी किया, यहाँ गेम खेला, यहाँ वॉच पार्टी किया. सब हाई सेंस प्लेयर है क्या? नहीं भाई, सब लोग वेरी लो सेंस प्लेयर है ये लोग. इनमें से एक प्लेयर भी हाई सेंस नहीं है.
But it's Outlaw that's going to put Neon down to 10 HP.
Almost too little, too late. They're trying to give C9 things that Cloud9 should worry about, but they still push forward to take it.
625 तक मैच
Spike
खत्म.
down even on a round.
On
They're ready to
time.
find fights and know there's a low buy for Lev
On
here.
time, baby. I just know everything. 6:45 से गेम चालू भी है अगला. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, bhai.
Attack blocks those double doors and allows Oxy to creep up one more time.
Oh.
Arey?
C9 coming out on top of every situation. It even looks like Lev may have the upper hand, and up and over. They're trying to break the crosshairs, and they do break down
Bro,
Spike.
somehow वो तीर मारने का try कर रहा था.
But is that enough?
चलो GG भाई.
Already C9 still cross map, have positioning, and if someone's flanking, they can all look towards the back of the side.
I guess जो normal players लोग के लिए mid में होता है वो उनके लिए high होता है.
Take that win to move on and kick off. Now on to King and Blows, looking to get a swing on this Guardian. They're trying to work together here and break the wall at the same time. A final a hip shot Outlaw.
पहली भाई कैसे smell आई आपको?
And so much to be asked of here by Blows. Zeppa's going to get the final kill. Cloud9 come away with the win. Very dominant throughout the series. And that is going to be their victory over Leviatán. That will send them on kickoff.
A great game plan built up here by Imi. And well executed by his players of Cloud9 from that first map of Bind, understanding how Leviatán was going to play it and punish them every single way. Even though
it's time for the big game now, bro. Show me a big game now.
It still almost looked
yes,
like they had
sir.
to take and knew how to play against the positioning of
Show me a big game.
Slow pace, fast pace.
It's time for NRG versus G2.
And he did a great job shutting down the LATAM team. With that first man in the front there, Zelsis with great calling and also great shooting.
6 यार पुराना गेम हो गया भाई, बहुत खेल लिया 6.
Could have been the first kill of the round. You find a 3
kill, well played. आज पहली बार Zelsis भाई बहुत अच्छा खेले हैं.
The rest of the team as well through this one. I think
पहली बार गू नहीं खाया Zelsis.
For himself, back on the jet. Doesn't matter. Riding a bike for this guy. And the team kept up the vibes as well. Vic. Super safe in the flicks. This one might have to take him to the hospital to see if his wrist is okay. Those were some shots.
Penny did the same.
Champion was champion.
Same. We can maybe get him in the same doctor.
Why can't those zulfes hai paki bhai?
And Vic actually had a chance to pop off on that second map where he didn't have too much action going in the first one and did a great job controlling literally as his Astra.
Vic shoot कर रहा था भाई, जब needed था तो Vic बहुत अच्छा shoot किया है वे. Demon will leave C9. अरे leave कैसे भाई? He was never in the team, bro. Demon 1 was never in the team. He was just a substitute for Oxy. That's it. Stand in. Substitute भी नहीं. Stand in था वो. Stand in का मतलब होता है कि मतलब जैसे यहाँ पे एक जगह खाली है, ये जगह पूरी करनी है, ये जगह हमें पूरी करनी है, तो मैं वहाँ पे stand in हो गया. मतलब ये नहीं है कि ये जगह मेरी है, मैं यहाँ से कभी भी गायब हो सकता हूँ. समझ रहे? तो वो जगह तेरी है नहीं, तू सिर्फ वहां पे एक स्टैंड इन है, तेरे को कभी भी कोई चापटी देके निकाल सकता है. भाई साहब बहुत जल्दी खत्म कर दिया भाई. वोट फॉर क्लच बाय डीमन 2. व्हाट? डीमन 2 भाई बहुत ही जल्दी खत्म कर दिया. ये लोग दोनों गेम स्पीड रन 13-5 13-7. मतलब तुम लोग देख रहे हो बे, अगर जेल्सिस मारता है तो टीम कितना पोटेंशियल बढ़ जाता है टीम का जीतने के लिए. ये सब अलाउड होता है T1 में? अरे अलाउड होता है ना मेरी जान, ऑफ कोर्स. अगर एक प्लेयर नहीं है तो 4v5 थोड़ी खेलेंगे. ये भाई साहब को अगर खेलना होगा इसको भी खिला लेंगे. जेल्सिस का इंटरव्यू, क्या बात है.
Zeus, it's a pleasure to chat with you as always. You and I caught up a little bit before the game, and we chatted. I asked you how you feeling about the matchup, and you were truthful. You were like, a little nervous, but hey, gonna go out there, give it my best. And I think it's safe to say he most definitely gave it his best, right, folks? I think they popped off out there.
बहुत अच्छे खेला, बहुत अच्छे खेला. आज खुश दिख रहे हैं.
It's a good day when I'm shooting my gun, for sure.
Let's talk about that. I asked Amy earlier. He had mentioned that you were working with Oxy. He's been working with you on that. What's that process been like for you to have to really, hone your shot? Because you got some cracked out aimers on this squad.
I mean, I think it's just like, I think I'm put a little too much effort in the IGL stuff when I first switched to IGL.
Okay.
Now it's kind of like, I have those tools. I kind of just need to shoot my gun so we can win some games.
Was that a matter of you needing to catch up on that IGL stuff? Or was that just you wanting to give it your all, ensure that you were prepared in that category?
I think it's the latter. I think it's just like give it my all as the IGL. Because like you said, we have 4 shooters. Like if I'm shooting my gun, then that's great.
Yeah.
But
5
they need an
shooters
IGL. They need someone that can lead them and stuff like that. So I just kind of put my all into that. But it's a good day when I shoot my gun. I had fun.
Yeah, hey, and it looked like you were having a great
time
out there.
IGL is a good IGL.
Culture-wise, though, one thing that sticks out to me, we're talking about this off camera, is really you get this like wholesome family feel with y'all, right? Even though I know Coach Yumi's a bit hard-nosed and can oftentimes tell you exactly what he's thinking, I do know that there is this vibe, at least I'm getting it, where you're all looking out for one another. Is that something that you're seeing it play out in the server here as well?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think when I first joined, these guys had a tough time having really bad talks and arguments.
Yeah.
And I think within a family, you argue with your siblings, you argue with your parents, like it happens, but we all have to understand we're here for the same goal, winning. So, and you need to have those talks to move forward and get better. And I think
double mentality, right?
People like to call us
double mentality.
We put in the work. We are working.
And look, speaking of that work, you kept the Leviatán down to 12 rounds, I think, total. An absolutely incredible performance from you after what we've been seeing Leviatán do. I guess my question for you is looking forward here. Where do you think Cloud9 can go? Because it does feel like that work is in fact paying off.
We're qualifying to Santiago, baby.
Oh, you heard it here. The people up there really like it.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, go for it.
Can you guys buy the C9 bundle?
Okay, this guy out here chilling like always. Unbelievable. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us here. Zelsis, thank you so much, man. Give it up one more time for Cloud.
जैसे बोला, we are going to qualify for Santiago. पीछे बेबी में ऐसे दिखता है. Bro, अल्लाह भाई साहब, अभी इन लोग का सैंटियागो भाई, जेल्सिस भाई कुछ भी बोलो चैट, अमेरिका में टीम लोग का गेम प्ले इतना खराब है कि ये जो 4 दिख रही है आपको, 2 अपर की 2 मिडिल की, ये 4 में से ही 3 जाएगी सैंटियागो. हाँ देखना, मैं बोल सकता हूँ, लिख के ले लो. 100 थीव्स अब अपन को मिल गई है. 1 2 3 4 टॉप 6 टीम मिल गई है. टॉप 6 टीम, ये टॉप 6 में से टॉप 3 ये है, ये चारों में से है ना. मोस्ट प्रोबेबली यहाँ से तो MIBR है, यहाँ से आज जो जीतता है, अगर G2 जीती तो G2, NRG जीती तो NRG, और यहाँ से G2, MIBR G2 NRG. मैं ये वोट कर रहा हूँ. मेरे को लगता है फुरिया यहाँ से हारने के बाद बैक टू बैक दोनों गेम हारेगी. मेरे को तो पूरा विश्वास है कि ये लोग पहली बार बड़े स्टेज पे आए हैं तो फंबल तो कर सकते हैं. तो ये लोग यहाँ पे फंबल अगर कर दिए, मतलब ऑफ कोर्स करेंगे ही MIBR के अगेंस्ट, तो यहाँ भी कर देंगे और यहाँ भी कर देंगे. तो MIBR NRG G2 लग रहा है मेरे को, क्योंकि 100 थीव्स और Cloud9 का गेम ही नहीं है कि वो इन चारों में से एक को भी हराए. तो स्ट्रीम करता है तब हारती है, जब मैं स्ट्रीम करता हूँ तब जी हारती है. हाँ साले ऐसा. जब मैंने स्ट्रीम किया था तब पहली बार जीत भी गई थी. जस्ट सेइंग, वो तो मैंने प्रेडिक्शन दी थी कि जेनजी 1 साइडेड जीतेगी, समझा. थैंक यू बोलना चाहिए, थैंक यू बोलना चाहिए कि क्लर्ज भाई थैंक यू सो मच. आज ऐसे ही बोल दो कि पेपर एक्स भी जीत जाएगी 1 साइडेड. मैं बोल सकता हूँ कि जी ये वाला मैच 1 साइडेड जीत जाएगी, और मैं बोला. भाई 3 के ऑड्स है, मतलब कोई भी वोट नहीं कर रहा। Klurge, do you see yourself playing in T1 someday? नहीं, I don't like T1 bro. T1 is not a good team. Nice joke. Nice joke. I am very funny bro. अबे DFM T1 कब है? 13 तारीख को। तो मतलब आज ही पैसिफिक का आखिरी गेम। फुल सेंस DRX wins। भाई DRX जीटा के अगेंस्ट स्ट्रगल की है। ना DRX फिर नहीं जीत रही है गेम। भाई मतलब एक प्लेयर के जाते ही पूरी DRX का घी खत्म है। Did you wake up for this stream? I woke up for this stream, brother. चल रहे फुरियर और C9 में बहुत पोटेंशियल है, कुछ भी हो सकता है। देख ऑर्थोडॉक्स माइंडसेट नहीं है, मैंने गेम्स देखे, समझ रहा है, पोटेंशियल है, पर ना अमेरिका में ना बहुत दिमाग लगाते हैं लोग। पैसिफिक जैसा नहीं है, घुसो मारो, ऐसा नहीं होता। बहुत दिमाग लगाते हैं अमेरिका में खेलते समय। अभी तुम लोगों ने देखा नहीं है कैसे NRG जब खेलती है और जब पीक दिमाग चल रहा होता है ईथन का, तो गेम बजा देता है। और वो गेम ना यहाँ पे नहीं चलेगा, ये टीम्स के सामने नहीं चलेगा ब्रो। 100 थीव्स और Cloud9 लोअर ब्रैकेट में है फॉर अ रीज़न, समझ रहा है। लोअर ब्रैकेट लाने से ना अमेरिकाज के, मतलब जो अमेरिका 4 टीम का रीजन है, वो 4 टीम का रीजन ही रहेगा। ये देख यहाँ पे, देख 100 थीव्स 2-0 हारी हुई है। ये देख यहाँ पे 100 थीव्स 2-1 हारी हुई है। वही टीम्स के अगेंस्ट आएगा वापस गेम आएगा तो सेम चीज़ है। जीते किसके अगेंस्ट है मैच? लेव के अगेंस्ट जीते, सेन के अगेंस्ट जीते, EG के अगेंस्ट जीते, जो टीम बहुत ही गंदा खेल रही थी। सेम विथ Cloud9 ने भी लाउड के अगेंस्ट गेम निकाला एक, फिर NRG से ही हार गए। फिर यहाँ पे तो NV के अगेंस्ट गेम निकाला, NV बाहर हो गई। अब सेन, अभी वो लोग इसके अगेंस्ट गेम निकाल लिए, वो लोग भी G2 से 2-0 हार गए। सेम चीज, समझ रहा है। तो ये तो बहुत ही ऑब्वियस ऑब्जर्वेशन है कि ये टीम में पोटेंशियल है भाई, जबरदस्त पोटेंशियल है 100 थीव्स और Cloud9 में। वो लोग एकदम कभी पॉप ऑफ कर सकते हैं। क्या NRG आज तक G2 से नहीं जीती है चैट? NRG G2 हेड टू हेड? हेल ना ब्रो, ये तो आज तक नहीं जीते, ये तो आज तक नहीं जीते हैं। छी क्या गंदे एड्स आते हैं भाई इस वेबसाइट पे। नो फ्लैशबैक नो पार्टी। सेम भाई, मेरे को भी ऐसा ही लगता है। मैंने लास्ट में कमबैक किया था 8-2 से कमबैक किया था। मतलब DRX स्ट्रगल कर रही है भाई जीटा डिवीजन के अगेंस्ट ना। ये वाली NRG अलग है, ये वाली G2 अलग है भाई। आज ये लोग हार जाएंगे। आज मेरे को 100% भरोसा NRG जीतेगी 2-0 NRG।
Nope. Okay, that's actually very quick.
Today is the day.
Follow up for that.
Today is the day.
Are you excited for this match today and for this challenge to potentially take G2 down for the first time?
I mean, super excited. We all are. We know how good they are as a team, and it's just fun for us to play against every single good team in the league. So yeah.
आज हिस्ट्री चेंज होगी, आज NRG जीतेगी चैट। आज फुल सपोर्ट है NRG को। ठीक है, we have a good chance to Masters। भाई देखो, मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ आज वन साइडेड गेम है पेपर एक्स के लिए। बस ऐसी ही वन साइडेड गेम रहे आज पेपर एक्स के लिए वन साइडेड, फिर फुल सेंस के लिए वन साइडेड, फिर DFM के लिए वन साइडेड, फिर T1 के लिए वन साइडेड।
The players that can close it out. You want it to be close. Yeah, and I think 100 Thieves did play well, but I do think a lot of it did come
Thank
down
you,
to
thank
those
you.
mistakes that Ethan was kind of mentioning. I feel like normally when we're watching NRG play, they are a unit. I feel like
मुझे
there's
लगता है
not a
Column
lot
नया
of
Demon
gaps
One
in their
निकलेगा।
execs, in their retakes. There's
Yeah.
not
है
a lot
Demon
of
One।
mistakes coming out
भाई
from them,
कोहाला
especially
नूब तब से
individuals,
खेल रहा है
right?
जब
But
से
then when I saw them play
जब से
against
कुछ
100
बच्चे
Thieves,
लोग पैदा
I
भी
feel
नहीं
like
हुए
the
होंगे तब से
timings were a
कोहाला
little
नूब
bit
खेल
off,
रहा है।
not every angle was covered on their execs. It
ये
felt
सब
like
मत
the
बोला करो,
utility was a
दोपहर
little
वाले
bit off,
streamers
but
आपकी
as long
बातें
as they clean
seriously
back
ले
up,
लेते
I think
हैं।
those are very small mistakes that they can easily fix going into this match.
दोपहर वाले स्ट्रीमर्स क्या
one
बोल
thing
रहा है
also
पे?
that really played
सारे दोपहर वाले स्ट्रीमर्स क्या बोल रहे हैं? मेरे को क्या दिन वाला स्ट्रीमर बना रखा है?
won them so many rounds.
कि भाई ये
I've
अमेरिकास
been
देखता
so
है।
impressed by Scuba, and I feel like we've been
Actually,
talking
I
about it
just
for a while.
watch
Even thinking about
Americas.
Q2, what he was doing last year, a lot of the runs that he was winning in champs, but what he's doing right
Final
now, I feel
boss.
like it's a completely different level. We see this was their opening match against Cloud9. The impact that he has, and
हर्ष भाई किधर है?
understanding when things are not
हर्ष
going
भाई
well, how he's going
बहुत
to
हो गया,
attack
निकलो
the
टेबल
lurk
के
towers,
नीचे से आप।
knowing them over and over again, going
मत
into
किया
this
करो ये
first
सब
half,
यार दिन
because
में।
this first half
सुबह
was
सुबह ये
10-2.
सब।
Then it allowed them to build that ultimate, to build that
थोड़ी
bite
देर और
stick,
रहना है
and of
बोल
course to
रहे
get this clutch that we've seen now a
उनको
few times
cozy
in the
लग रहा है।
sheriff. It just feels like Scuba is able to do it all, and on top of that,
Early morning
not only do
streamer।
we have this kind of play or the kind of plays that we've seen
आस्था चैनल पे आती है
we
क्लर्ज
think
भाई
of how smart he is, individual in
मेडिटेशन स्ट्रीमर सुबह सुबह अमेरिकास देखने आ जाता है। सबसे बेस्ट गेम तो बीबीएल का लगा है भाई। बीबीएल ऑनेस्टली ब्रो सैंटियागो डिजर्विंग टीम है। अभी यहाँ से पेपर एक्स की टॉप 4 टीम्स, पेपर एक्स की वाट लग गई चैट इन लोग की। अभी तो ये लोग खत्म है। पैसिफिक की टॉप 4 टीम ये है, ये टॉप 4 टीम है पैसिफिक की। ठीक है ब्रो, पैसिफिक इज नॉट लुकिंग एट अ गुड शेप। सैंटियागो में लग जाएगी वाट। छट, सैंटियागो के लिए चाइना से कौन क्वालिफाई किया? ओ चाइना से ऑल गेमर सब भाई, ये लोग अपर ब्रैकेट से क्वालिफाई किए हैं। शी लाइक और आके शी लाइक गेमिंग। लोग का क्या मैच है ये? 4:30 खेले, अगले दिन 12:30 भी गेम खेल लिए। वाह ब्रो, आप लोग तो बहुत ही डेंजर खेलते हो। 2-1 मतलब ईडीजी यहाँ पे कुछ भी कर सकती है। लोअर फाइनल में किसी की तो वाट लगेगी। यहाँ से शीला क्वालिफाई करेगी, ऑल गेमर्स एक्सएलजी, और यहाँ से बिलीबिली वर्सेस एडवर्ड। बिलीबिली एडवर्ड पहले हुआ है क्या? वो 2-1 गेम था, मतलब ये क्लोज गेम होगा। लेट्स गो। नहीं, बिलीबिली वन साइडेड मारी है उन लोग के मैप्स। नहीं मतलब बिलीबिली जाएगी, मतलब ये 1-2-3 टीम ही होने वाली है। ऑल गेमर सिस्टम वाले शायद असेंशन से आए ये लोग। क्रेजी यार, क्रेजी। जो भी है, क्या नाम है, नाम याद कर लेते हैं। भाई मैं देख रहा हूँ बहुत सारे रशियन प्लेयर्स चाइना में क्यों खेलते हैं भाई? वन यू याओ श्रिम्प किरा। भाई इसका नाम किरा है लिटरली।
At Red Bull home grounds, New York City, you guys defeated the then world champions, brand spanking new NRG 3-0, and that was quite the statement that was made. What would it mean for you guys to be able to extend that league to 6-0, especially considering that these are the world champions that you guys seem to have the number of?
Of course, it would mean a lot to us.
टीम को बोलते कि वन साइड जीतेगी,
that was then.
अब बीच में प्रेडिक्शन बदल लेते हो। मैं नहीं बदलता बीच मैच प्रेडिक्शन। क्या बोल रहा है भाई तू? मैं एकदम करेक्ट प्रेडिक्ट करता हूँ भाई। मेरी प्रेडिक्शन को डाउट मत कर प्लीज, ठीक है?
Coming into this one, how you guys feeling?
ये मैच भी एनआरजी जीतेगी।
I mean, I think the Furia loss was a great call.
प्रीमियम ले ले।
C9 game was a little bit closer.
किस चीज का प्रीमियम लूं बे? एड्स आ रहे हैं VLR पे, VLR का प्रीमियम ले लूं।
NRG is going to be a great test. They're an excellent team.
क्या लिखा है ये?
I think they're a top 3 team here, probably arguably the top 1. It'll be a great test for us, for sure.
Dude, I know we're all excited to watch this heavyweight bout, so it's going to be
awesome. एक shout out मिल जाता तो charity match भाई।
Now, a skirmish
skirmish
is, of course, an event for this match. So let's check out this 1v1 between Valin and Mada. Who you got your jelly beans on?
This one is an interesting one because I feel like we've seen the duelists versus duelists, the coaches as well, but the duelists versus the IGL, you don't see that very often. I'm gonna have to go with Mata, right?
प्यारी बातें कर रहे हैं एक
fair
दूसरे से.
assumption, right? The star player kind of for NRG and already starting off strong here.
I'm excited for both of you.
Valen भाई गलत आदमी से 1v1 नहीं ले रहे हो.
It's gonna do well right now.
This is gonna age so well.
Okay, he's on the board. He's on the board.
We're so
not
back.
counting. Yeah, we're so back.
It's also crazy because it's Valen, like
Yeah.
अरे भाई
he
साहब.
can just completely own whenever, and that's what's happening right now.
This is actually really close. A
Hey.
lot closer than I kind of
Wow
thought
बे
it to be.
Valen भाई भी shoot कर रहे हैं.
I think if your
तेरी.
IGL is winning against your duelist, that's already you're already in game. You're already playing the mental.
That's a pre-game.
Yeah. This has to be like one of the fastest skirmishes we've had though, because there's not a whole lot of jiggle and baiting. It's just you peek, you're dead.
Straight to business.
Yeah.
Straight to business.
4-4.
Okay.
Like they are.
It's coming
Close,
down to
close,
wire.
close.
I love that.
Oh निकाल लिया माड़ा निकाल लिया.
Big one.
Never mind भाई Valen जीता.
Wow. Okay.
Feels good.
Yeah, doesn't feel good to
आज
be
3
right.
games है अमेरिका
It
में.
actually does. It doesn't happen too often to me personally, so this is a new experience. I love it.
Support G2 क्यों support करूँ भाई G2 में? मैं तो NRG support करूँगा भाई.
Again, this is
NRG
the mental
मेरी
game that you
favorite
start
team
right
है
from the
भाई.
beginning. Oh, you're
ऐसे मत
duelist,
बोल.
you're feeling good, you think you're gonna get all of the kills?
बॉल खेल रहे सबसे
The
पहले.
IGL on the other side is gonna win.
That's why teams have their coaches do it, because if the coach wins against
Well,
your
one-sided
player,
game
you're
है.
already boomed.
Yeah.
Like,
But also to a coach.
mental warfare.
NRG जीतेगी of course
Yeah,
exactly भाई.
We love
आज
it. Yeah,
नहीं
I'm very
जीत रही
excited to
G2
see
भाई.
what we have in store for
G2
us
अब
here
lower
map-wise
bracket
as
run
well.
मारेगी.
It can really go either way. I feel like both of the teams have shown us some really interesting stuff, but just like we saw in that last
नहीं,
series
no
between
नजर
LEV
भाई,
and
NRG के
Cloud9,
easy game
that
है.
information can be used against you, and that's what happened to LEV. For G2 and NRG, there's a lot out there because some of these matches have been very, very close. So the question is how much you're giving that attention to the other side, because Joshua T, for example, just said we're focusing on ourselves and nothing else.
Yeah, there is a lot out there for both of these teams, but I also feel like these
जोश
are the
भाई की
teams that do
biceps
kind of want to
धीरे-धीरे
focus on their own
बड़ी
game.
होते जा
They're
रही है
not
भाई.
worried too much on kind of
भाई एकदम
prepping to
बराबर
kind of
645
counter
वो
whatever
गेम
the
चालू.
enemy is facing on them. These two teams are really good at kind of adapting mid-game and also just being able to adjust to find a way to continue to play how they want to.
This one is super interesting too because we're going to a map of Pearl that we saw NRG play a few weeks ago
G2 ने
against
split
Cloud9,
लिया है.
and it looked very dominant. It was at 13-2.
जगमोहन
We
क्या
thought it
खेल
was,
रहा है?
oh, Cloud9 is not playing really
कौन सा
well, but it
agent
was
है
the
भाई ये?
opposite.
वेले?
NRG, they were playing
वेले
really,
खेल रहा है.
really good on that map. They had some strong win conditions when it came down to the ultimates, the way that they were using that Armageddon, backside B as the strong win condition. They were using
Big
the
Boy Andre क्या खेल रहा है? Big Boy Andre.
on A side. Depending on how they want
Big
to go
Boy
for
Andre
that
क्या
side
खेल
hit,
रहा है उस पे
that
डिपेंड
ball
करता
down
है.
as well for the post points.
अरे,
It was very
high trend
clear what
भाई.
the game plan was, but once
What's
again,
up, bro?
it can be read on the other side.
No, it definitely can, especially when it comes to their post-plant utility, because that's what they relied on a lot. They have a lot. They have the tail missiles. They have the shocks coming.
भाई मैं बोला क्या खेल रहा है तू मेरे को बता रहा है.
It's just such
ये
a hard
agent है.
thing to kind of push back,
Bro,
especially
telepathy.
with all those agents. You can play from that B-line. You don't have to be on site fighting. So as
ले
long as
लेते
there's
हो.
delay, it's kind of a win as soon as you get that bomb down.
Theo is a good pick
Once again
on
on that
Pearl.
tail main confirmed.
तो अगर ट्रेंड Theo नहीं खेल रहा तो
I really want to see, and out of all the
ये लोग
maps
क्या
where we've
पीते
seen
हैं
Tejo, this is the
सफेद
one that
कप
made the
में.
most sense. Again,
G2
this
is
is
here
what we
for
saw
revenge.
before when
किस
they
चीज का
played
revenge
Cloud9,
भाई?
and was that back condition. Why are you jumping?
Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see?
I see a lot of things right now.
Wait,
by
why
the way,
is there
I see
Phoenix?
a lot of things happening.
Well
and I
played
have a lot of
NRG.
questions.
GG. Let's
Why
go.
right? Because Phoenix, this is like the first one when she did that agent pitch. We did not know that we were going to be seeing Phoenix in Americas or in kickoff.
They've
It's
been
happening.
cooking, all right? And that's what I want to see from two NA Titans. They're ready to do battle, and we've got
Nah,
Uber Wide on the mic.
Bro, Phoenix Euro Vito भाई आप लोग अलग गेम खेल रहे हो
VCT against NRG were
मैं अलग गेम देखने आया था
matter because Valorant and the boys still had to look on while NRG lifted the trophy at Champions. Valorant said It's when it kind of came together for me. It's really about putting our team in a position to peak.
I'm playing Yoru, बहुत अच्छा Yoru खेलता है. भाई honestly चौकों में से अच्छा ही खेलता है. देखा जाए तो. Now let's go NRG, let's go NRG.
It really is just so bizarre that NRG.
आज NRG को full support.
Overcome G2 though. Maybe this will be their moment.
आज जीत जाओ. आज तक नहीं जीती NRG G2 के against. आज history change होगी. आज कीको के आने से पूरा अमेरिका बदल जाएगा. 4x कर रहा हूँ चैट. 1 सेकंड दियो. ये ना बात.
NRG don't
champion
have a
team
permaban, so they get to go and ban some of G2's best maps straight off the rip.
They get bind out of there. That's the 3-0 map for G2. It's been their home, and they haven't played that many other maps. Only 3 other ones. So this is the first time we're seeing their Pearl.
अरे भाई मैंने आगे क्या किया? 1 सेकंड में लोड ही हो जाता है. भाई ये लीफ क्यों वीटो खेल रहा है?
It's always been an off meta pick, but we have seen it pretty much at
बताओ,
some point.
ये लोग पैसिफिक देख के आए हैं. पैसिफिक में भी 8 वॉकअप कर रहे थे, ये भी 8 वॉकअप कर रहे हैं.
This grab wall actually pretty big in terms of buying some time. There's also Phoenix.
जगहों भाई से कुछ नहीं हो रहा तो Phoenix खेल रहे हैं.
Ball trying to get him around the corner. Mana deep on the side trying to push up. It's going to be draw with the right click that gets his first.
Nice trade, Ethan. क्या बात है?
For now, and Ethan's playing aggressively.
NRG decided
अभी बस टैप टैप कर रहा है, बस टैप टैप कर रहा है. ओए बिग बॉय आंड्रे, और वो लोग पीछे जा रहे हैं.
Slow flank from Dre maneuvers.
Mind bro, big boy Andre.
Dealt with.
That's the plan to kill. That spike didn't quite go the way that Baby Bay would have liked to, but he is still threatening from that main position.
Leaf मारता है उसको somehow.
It feels like the net is starting to close. Kiko falls. Scooper trying to give Brock a little bit of room, but Baby Bay is encroaching. Scooper knows he has to cross this expanse, so trying to line it up with the recon. That really went off the way.
खाली मिल गया था.
And that Scooper turns on Baby Bay now. G2 need to get active. It's on Brock. 2v1.
Oh, nice
Great
try,
hold there
nice
from
try.
G2, and pivotal is that late flank coming from Baby Bay. Denies the plant, and then just his existence in the main was such a thorn in the side of those remaining NRG
भाई लोग इतना अच्छा आर्ट वॉकअप तो किए थे.
him out, but while dealing with him,
एक डगआउट लेने के लिए हार गए.
in secret, ready to go.
एक डगआउट.
It's nice to jump from NRG able to clean it up.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Look, Scuba looks so mad, bro.
It looks like he always
Bro, 30 साल का अंकल एक बच्चे को रेज वेट कर गया बे.
Hype them up. Hype them up.
A lot of stall utility from G2. Ooh, that is spicy.
Boy, so garam garam.
Space denial from Jaws Molly. He's actually able to post up on these boxes now in a flash position.
Yeah, in the meantime, Baby Bay's pushed all the way up B, so it's a G2 that are happy to fight here, and you'd love your Phoenix to be able to farm some orbs.
Saturate, a problem! Okay, the Guardian's not quite able to come through, but Trent is there with the Aries. Scuba tag on the cross.
Yeah, and because of their cross, Trent has to give up the line, so guns are going to be recovered. Scuba with a Guardian.
A Guardian Spectre.
Spectre, and now they can slow things down, recovering that spike.
बेबी को देखो रैंक्ड गेम खेल रहा है, बी छोड़ के आ गया ए पे.
Spread across the map a bit more, which is the case. You have Baby Bay going towards that A side with the Marshall.
You can see this Teho util from Ethan is very heads up. Jaws forced to flash there because the guided salvo coming at him, but all of energy was still in the smoke. They actually exit the smoke about half a second later, so no one flashed up. Ends up being a 1-for-1 at best. Makes G2 look sloppy there.
Now, Baby Bay has to watch both the connector and B main. Every single target on NRG is a one-shot to this Marshall, and it looks like he's getting on the right line at the right time.
Shot, Scuba!
Shot from Scuba, that is.
Well, if he's mad, he's channeled it in the right direction. That Guardian dominated Baby Bay.
चाटा दिया भाई. और जाओ एमिन कंट्रोल के लिए $2 का एमिन कंट्रोल.
I mean, what's crazy is that NRG have the best long-range weapon right now in this situation where they can play off the
headshot लगा वैलेन को.
They are chilling. Scuba just waits for someone to step out. Of course, you've got some
nice shot guard.
Trying to clear Valen out there.
Kiko was just so fast on that flank to Link.
He was running. He wrapped around. He knew he'd be in a good position, but now this gets a bit more dangerous. That's the Guardian player down. Kiko making a lot of noise. And up in front of him is Lord Valen, but Kiko survives at 6. Now it's dangerous. Trent hasn't even halved it yet. That's the problem. Kiko can swing on this there. Oh,
nice, Kiko.
And it's over. Perfect there from Kiko. 6
well played भाई. एक HP में राउंड निकाला.
More than he needed.
एक HP में राउंड निकाला भाई.
just the right amount of
Good morning,
pressure.
Sunat bhai.
Stop Trent from getting it to half. And at that point, Clutch was absolutely
पूरे टाइम
won.
बस बोर्ड्स के टाइम रात
Well done
में
from
पढ़ते
Kiko as well,
हुए
just that heads-up decision to get all the
हाँ,
wrap around
क्या?
the leg. So fast. Yeah, he was
Shit,
so
भाई.
quick. He's got a
हाँ चलते मारा बेबी देखो.
He's not going to be any help over it long.
भाई
so
खेला यार Kiko, मस्त खेला.
Perfect positional adjustment.
He was moving.
And you have to call back to that great refight in main as well. You were talking about Ethan's util.
माडा एक तो खड़े हो गया भाई कम्बे जैसा.
Suddenly G2 on this eco.
Just when he thought they were getting off to the races early, G2 have a stick.
अरे अचानक से G2 वाले खाली कैसे हो गए भाई?
Right now for NRG. Mata has the stinger and well, he's at the right range to play with that.
Oh, okay, Mata getting ahead of Jaw, but he can't worry about
ऐसा Phoenix देखा है मैंने.
Anyway,
ऐसा Phoenix देखा है मैंने.
Starting to show out.
उस दिन कोई तो ऐसा same to same Phoenix खेल रहा था भाई.
Ball is up here for Jaw, but no attempt to test it. Everyone pulling out towards that B side of the map.
Jaw is getting close to that Phoenix.
बेबी योरू खेलता तो है.
Chance he could have it on.
बेबी में तो योरू खेलता है.
That is
उस दिन वही तो योरू खेल के मार रहा था.
Running the Phoenix, especially on Pearl, is just fighting over the orbs, being able to get ults just cycled one after another.
Yeah, run it back. Six orbs is quite a selling point, as it turns out. Saw Ye playing a ton of advance here actually on this map.
अरे बेशरम को देखो ओडिन लेके आ गया भाई तीसरे राउंड में.
Some danger for NRG. These players are weak. Mata and Ethan, look at their HP.
Yeah, Jaw here testing with a ghost. Bork though, of course he gets
अरे
himself.
माँ कसम मत रुको ब्रॉक भाई मत रुको.
KBB Night Sheriff.
Oh
my goodness!
अचानक 7v2 हो गया अचानक. Absolute cinema game है ये तो. अरे भाई साहब.
What is going on?
Thrifty round.
That's one where we're just going to need to rely on the replay operators to provide us the context. Where Baby just destroys two players and he is out of seat. He is pointing at someone.
Thrifty पे thrifty.
Yeah, there's a lot of interplay on the stage at the moment.
भाई बहुत मजा आने वाला है.
What's going on here?
ये क्या flash था?
Wow, I mean.
Three big boy Andre.
Effortless shot. Or at least he made it look
Shots.
effortless.
जोगमो को सीखना चाहिए इससे.
Are you not tired of the Baby Bay narrative yet? Because it is the deadest horse. It's basically pate at this point.
The one that we've been just beating into the ground since stage 2.
Tenderizing, if you will.
भाई sit down बोल दिया बे. Good morning आके भाई.
Is this part where you actually say?
फिर aim control.
Yeah, okay.
अरे अब ये लोग सामने वाले गरीब हो गए. भाई अभी एक-एक करके सब गरीब हो जाते हैं.
Stage 2, but I think he's been G2's best player in this run so far.
Yep. For real, भाई.
Getting back to that duelist role
Baby
on a lot of
एक
maps
number
now.
player.
His original role when he was competing on
अचानक से प्यार होने लग गया वापस बेबी से. पहले होता था अब नहीं होता था. अब अचानक से वापस होने लग गया. बताओ ये मैंने इतना फॉरवर्ड ले लिया वो लोग 8 वॉकअप ही छोड़ दिए.
Deep clear of A main from G2 as they push off the site.
भाई जोगमो ए मेन रुका है.
Start to sprint.
लीफ पुश किया.
Split a little bit here over towards
वो लोग कनेक्टर जा रहे हैं.
Yeah, NRG are really trying to
बी स्प्लिट हो गया बहुत प्यारा वाला. वैलेंट भाई के दिमाग के अंदर ये बात घुसी नहीं होगी अभी तक. देखो ट्रेंड भाई को भी ड्रोन की टाइमिंग नहीं मिली. वो लोग ऑलरेडी लिंक घुस गए हैं. घुस गए दिमाग के अंदर यही बात घुस गई.
Leaf was so far forward on that A side of the map. He's going to be pretty quick in the connector, but there is a turret watching. Is it watching in his direction?
मत कर flash peek.
Baby Bay looks to flash out. Yes, the turret was watching the flank, so that's now NRG being forewarned.
Jaw is here, and that ult is ripped.
Good flashes.
All right, runner back in play. Able to get away from the special delivery. Jaw still wants to fight. He knows he has to, with no chance though.
अरे भाई कोई उसके ult पे capitalize नहीं कर पाया.
Ethan still entrenched in halls. Needs to be done out of Jaw in the second attempt. Gets him, but Mata and Scuba are there in numbers. And it's G2 walking into the crossfire, but Baby Bay's getting his hands dirty now. Trent with a swing.
अरे माँ कसम भाई वो Baby Bay shoot कर रहा है.
And G2 get to 3.
They look phenomenal on these B-side retakes. I really like that they just played for that again. They found success with it even with the bad weapons on the other round. And this one looked even easier. Jaws ult gets some of that util out, even though he doesn't.
वो लोग बैकसाइड अच्छा फाइट लिए थे. 3 लोग बैकसाइड खेल रहे थे ना. या अंडर नहीं मार दिया.
After the fact they re-swing, fight halls. In the meantime, the rest of the team just pushing through main.
बाप रे बाप.
So almost like it sounds like a joke because of how
time out bhi aa gaya.
Babyface crosshair plays for
Andre
the
bhai ka
last couple
jalwa
of
hai.
rounds has been perfect.
है ना danger jalwa hai.
Also, like, just good spacing from G2. They have to fight in the halls. There's 3 NRG players that are in there, and there are decent weapons to work with as well.
लोग का अपने में अलग ही चलता है हाँ.
G2
NRG का G2 NRG ऐसा है भाई.
G2 trade up very nicely.
The NRG did end up
रोज का है उनका ऐसा.
using the Cosmic Divide on that round too. Pretty late into it to attempt to win it out. So that is one ult removed. A pretty early timeout.
भाई लोग thrifty निकालने के बाद भी 2 राउंड हार गए.
Yeah, coming in around 5. This is also NRG. I think he's probably trying to just convey some of the tendencies because G2 really split and spread across the map in that last round with Leaf also pushing super deep on A. That deep A clear
India,
from
Pakistan
G2 might be something that NRG want to game plan around because it really cut that rotate timer down to size.
Now you would presume on this round with 5 classics, NRG won't be
India USA look.
a threat.
भाई आज India USA का मैच देख रहा था जो हालत खराब हुई थी ना देखते देखते बीच में. वो तो पता था कि बाद में विकेट गिर जाएंगे USA हार जाएगी.
And then just looking at
Bowling वाली
G2,
pitch है एकदम एक नंबर bowling वाली pitch है.
The alt combo with the dimensional drift hunters fury
But
ready to
still
go.
भाई USA almost match निकाल दी थी आज.
Maybe Bay.
Imagine.
Above the smoke. Okay. Safe cross there for NRG. Could have gone either way.
सीधा drone कर रहा है.
Back plays it safe. Valen is up close right now. Stunned to get into the smoke. Flashed up, stunned up,
dangerous. Saturated and rolled by Kiko. Baby Bay at least is able to ring out some shots.
But that teleport is still out in the open.
Yeah, not
अब ये thrifty निकालेंगे.
Sort of smoke there towards the upper side, and that was from NRG. A little bit exposed.
Wow, Scuba.
There, the movement from Scuba a little bit too slippery.
अरे ट्रेंड और तेरी भाई प्रीमियम ब्रॉक प्रीमियम ब्रॉक निकाला स्कूबा निकाला बैंडिट से निकाला.
Exposed. Yeah, it got dangerous, but G2, there has been a stabilization from Leaf and Trent coming in late. Ultimately, they still just had much better weaponry.
What?
The util arsenal to work with, and with no armors, those shock darts just
still terrifying.
तुम लोग दोस्त थे यार.
Scary.
Good morning, Caps bhai.
Bandits getting kills.
But that being said, even the damage done really doesn't matter all that much because G2 win that eco round and
इसको देखो
got a bunch of free weapons
घुस गया भाई.
in the game and then just
इसके
win
बाद
the
बस कूदे जा रहा
subsequent round.
है.
So probably what's provoking NRG just to throw caution to the wind on
Bandit
rounds
gun
like
तो
that
अच्छी है हाँ पैसे बचाने के लिए.
9-1 Trent quietly dominating.
This is an inflection point in this first half.
फिर से भी जा रहे हैं.
Both sides stacked up with
ये लोग
ultimates.
NV का game
Pace
देख
from
के आए
NRG
हैं.
just to get towards B long right now. Not fighting for any control of the map elsewhere. That has
बार-बार बस
resulted
भी
in
जाते हैं.
Baby Bay getting a main
वो
for
ult
free.
है. अभी इन
And
लोग को
you
मिल
can
जाएगा
see
पकड़ में.
just due to that,
Trent पे ult है,
rotate
Baby पे
from
ult है.
G2 all over the B side.
Combo कर सकते हैं.
He wants to fight in the site right now.
वो Leaf मारा trade.
That's going to be a good enough trade now. Jaw wants to flash his way out, but
अरे
Hunter's
भाई
Fury's coming through.
साहब.
We're getting damage on him.
Valen समाव मार रहा है.
With Scuba tucked in the corner. Valen, they're not far behind. Has the inkling, has the idea that the play is there, and decoding his shot. It's an easy.
भाई ये क्या है 5v5 ranked game.
And Brock.
टाइम पास कर रहे हैं चैट ये लोग 100% टाइम पास कर रहे हैं पता है.
Triple stack. High and low, waiting around the corner.
निकालो ये ब्रोक भाई ये निकालो मान जाऊंगा ब्रोक भाई आपको. आपका फैन भक्त बन जाऊंगा भक्त. आपके नाम की टी-शर्ट पहनूंगा.
See what he can get, and he'll get nothing. 5-1.
NRG's straightforward game plan on these
भाई
rounds.
लेक्चर देखने वाला था सुबह उठ के अच्छा खासा. चल मैच देखा.
Willingness to send the player into a main early has just allowed them to stack up on this site. And despite the Armageddon going back halls, they just don't care. They have multiple players in there ready to
जो जीतेगा वो मिडिल फाइनल में जाएगा. मिडिल राउंड 4 है ना ये? हाँ. जो जीता वो मिडिल फाइनल.
Yeah, he's mogging so hard. He's speaking it at a register too low for the human here to register.
Trent
also
10-1
G2 did not have to use one ult to win that round. Okay, oh, they're aware of it.
सिर्फ ईथन के लिए.
Right on him.
They're chasing him too. Ethan's going to have his hands full here. Trying to avoid these shots.
कसम.
Swing into this and
एक IGL को निकालने के लिए. वो मारो मॉडल वेलन
Here's a
को.
lockdown over towards that A side of the map in the art direction. This is going to
get his back. Leaf, is he going to get caught? The barrel scene? Yeah, that's nice from Scuba. What a mid-round from NRG.
That is a bizarre moment there.
Why Jogmo ने alt farm की है?
Forces G2 out of A, but convinces him that's where the spike's
अचानक से.
So Leaf has his knife out.
A really sick call. We've seen G2 that win disadvantageous retakes on this B side. So a 3v4 is definitely not out of the question.
Another runner back here.
और एक shock dart नहीं है, trend पे है तो सही. दूसरा क्यों नहीं चिपकाया वो?
Paper mache at the moment.
Is he just going to send it in on a round like this?
Seems strange. All right, there's convergent pass. Jaws able to sidestep that. But inside halls, Mata is now on the prowl. Baby Bay holds that upper position. And RG really being spotted out for the time.
Jogmo बाहर जाके मार दिया.
Trent tries to spray that corner.
Mata
exactly what you want to do with the Odin, but Mata is just too good and he'll be able to refract away.
Nice. Good round NRG.
Time. That's the issue. Kiko and Scuba so far off this. Baby Bay could cause problems, but there really isn't enough time to get that defuse.
No, even at that, there's
भाई ये चीज है
stars on the
chat.
spike. No chance
Valorant
for
में
Baby Bay there.
कभी-कभी मतलब जैसे ऐसा 1v1 है और सामने तेहो है या एस्ट्रा है तो चांस ही नहीं है. समझ रहे हो? चांस ही नहीं है सामने वाले के पास. तो वो जीत सके.
From some pretty relentless aggression that G2 displayed,
ये बात है Valorant की. एकदम अलग बात है.
Great play with the fake
सामने वाले के पास चांस ही नहीं है.
Leaf caught on that rotate. Really cool round.
एस्ट्रा खेल रहा होगा कोई. 1v1 एस्ट्रा ते हो ये सब के साथ.
It's not horrible for G2.
क्या करेगा कोई?
NRG, they're players with 0.
Oh my god, that's instantly though. Jaw tries to push up into that plaza.
Nice, Mata का की करा मैं.
Mata is in danger. He took some shock dart damage as well.
अरे 20 HP में कहाँ जा रहा है?
In there to the link is NRG trying to work down B long, but they're so spread across the map that they can't go for it right now. Mata had a chance even at the low HP, but couldn't
निकाल
connect
सकता था,
the
निकाल
shot.
सकता था
The player had their crosshair position for that. It was all about adjustment.
ये round Kiko का है भाई.
looking like a kicked hornet's
पूरा
nest this
Kiko का round है.
Very much buzzing around the map, and Kiko is expecting the push up, and he is rewarded.
Yeah, Baby Bay getting adventurous and is very much punished for that.
Trent कहाँ पे खेल रहा है?
You can see Kiko on the rotate getting back.
दिख जाएगा वो तो. वो स्कूबा क्लियर करने जाएगा.
Far, but that's free for Trent. Recon as well to assist Valen.
दोनों long आए क्या?
Going to be able to swing off Trent's contact, or just maybe intending on posting up on his own.
It's just sick discipline from
भाई अभी
Trent
देखो
there.
Valen को पता चल गया दोनों के दोनों long.
Sees the player, eventually caught out, but that was
मारा
the guy
अभी
himself
खेलेगा
that was going to force that
2v1.
positioning either
भाई
way.
साहब वो डरता ही नहीं. Swing करेगा.
Slams
कर.
it. It's a 4-round game.
There it is, just swinging off of Trent. And this time on that round where NRG's
भाई ये लोग स्ट्रैट छुपा के खेल रहे हैं भाई. ये लोग माँ कसम जीतने के लिए नहीं खेल रहे. मैं बता रहा हूँ. बहुत बेशरम टीम है दोनों भाई. बहुत बेशरम टीम है. 5v5 फाइट्स ले रहे हैं और बस मिड पे एक बार मिड पे चले जाते हैं थोड़ा सा. बिल्कुल दिमाग नहीं लगा रहे. ये लोग को लोअर ब्रैकेट से क्वालिफाई करना है. दोनों टीम बेशरम टीम है एकदम.
And look at NRG's
फिर एम इन कंट्रोल.
right now. Terrible.
Yeah, Mata just trying to get ahead of it.
कुछ नया नहीं करेंगे यार. कुछ भी नया नहीं
They knew they'd be colliding.
करेंगे. भाई यूजुअल. अरे भाई.
It's like that. All right, Joe looking a little different out there.
वाह वाह. मारा. Good ult.
Oh my goodness. Well, easy come, easy go with that ultimate. Probably get halfway to his next one if things go well from here.
Does just get an orb real quick.
अरे क्या बात है भाई साहब.
He has 2 orbs, not in the way he would have hoped. But still, the shock darts,
उसको चिपक गया तो almost shock dart.
All right, Trent does know what's going to happen. Here he knows NRG still looking at end days. Kiko running it in.
इसको देखो.
Trent, is he going to feed orbs?
He's trying to style on them.
Yeah, okay.
He's trying to style on them.
I respect it.
Bro, मारा उसने फिर.
And he's done it.
Yeah. Styling successful.
हट राउंड में 2 ult.
Rock solid on this.
OG Phoenix player होता 3 कर जाता.
One of the dangers of NRG.
सेम मैं भी कर रही थी पूरे एम पे खेल रहे हैं. ये लोग अबे कुछ भी दिमाग नहीं लगा के खेल रहे चैट. ये लोग मैं बता रहा हूँ टाइम पास कर रहे हैं माँ कसम.
Definitely a surprise.
Why are we seeing this? I mean, I wonder if that round where Jaw like verts that molly.
Kill him, bro. He played for Liquid last year.
Sorry.
He played for Liquid बोलता है.
Okay, Liv, that's crazy. You play for C9 and Yeah, I wonder if that molly.
वो liquidly खेलता था तो उसको मार दो.
The Phoenix molly A main seems to have sort of scared NRG off for a little bit. There's nothing like that this round. There's no aggressive A main clear from G2 either. So NRG face no resistance early in the round, and a Cosmic Divide straight towards A. That means they're going to accelerate now.
A site that has 4 G2 players ready to go.
Mana's in the pocket here. This could be ugly. Valen swing. This is so awkward, Valen. Now he's entrenched.
Bro, what?
Popped on the other side of it. There's some wall damage, and this has not gone well for NRG.
Yeah, they're just going wall for wall.
He's running.
He played for Liquid. अब ये नहीं जीत सकता because he played for Liquid.
And G2 were lying in wait.
Once again, a situation where
अबे
they just have
पे खेलता था
everybody
वो ऐसा
stacked
बोलना
up
चाह रहे हैं.
on the right side. There are 4 players there
Bro,
ready to
Valen
go.
कुछ भी किया वहाँ पे.
We're getting one of them flow state Trent games today. 14 and 3.
It's been very casual as well.
Yeah. And honestly, like, it's just been dialed in.
भाई.
Well, Valen really set
बता रहा हूँ देखो. आप लोगों को NRG का गेम देख के लग रहा होगा कि NRG जैसा क्यों नहीं खेल रही है. बताता हूँ, NRG रेडी है G2 के लिए. NRG हरा सकती है G2 को. किसी भी मोमेंट पे NRG को चाहिए ना, वो G2 को ये गेम हरा सकते हैं. लोग स्ट्रैट सेव कर रहे हैं. ताकि नेक्स्ट टाइम जब फाइट हो, तब हराएंगे.
Very, very good in this. Manu just ceases to exist. That was spam, I'd say.
देखो ना, सिर्फ रन डाउन कर रहे हैं वो लोग. सिर्फ रन डाउन कर रहे हैं. देखो.
NRG just,
dude, they are going for it.
Oh, what? There might be an opportunity for Scuba in mid.
This is a belated trade.
Wow, Scuba मार रहा है अकेला बस.
And this is the second
Scuba locked in है.
3 rounds that Scuba's been able to do that. This time they're with a better weapon and with more prospects in the round. This has drawn NRG back through their spawn side.
Now on the instant lurk, Trent knows that this is a possibility.
He knows?
The timing.
देख लिया जाते.
How does he know, dude? Great intuition there from Trent, and he's just going to follow. Scuba is never going to be ready for this, and it's a freebie. Now, NRG dithering in their own spawn. Have to decide where to end the round.
already खेल रहा है.
Kiko has a lockdown, but that can just be made irrelevant.
Smokes ही नहीं है पर यार.
Fury. Leaf is really entrenching himself on this B side.
Leaf bhai.
Spotting each other, he's going to need help fast.
Interceptor based.
Bro, that is so smart!
And doesn't really give away too much of the game either. They just don't know.
And there's Baby Bay. He arrives in time. Supplemental flash for.
Bro, that is so smart!
Fire set up 20 seconds. NRG manages
big veto gameplay, bhai.
Deal with way too many
big veto gameplay, bhai. Saab.
So fast. Just being out of it.
Stratly घर जाएंगे क्या?
यार. Any projectile based utility.
बड़ा गेम नहीं समझ रहे हो ना आप भाई.
He was dead to rights there, but great
बड़ा
timing
गेम
there
नहीं
for him
समझ
to
रहे
set
हो
that
आप.
up and make sure he wasn't going to be knocked out of position.
NRG lower bracket में 100 Thieves से Cloud9 को नहीं हरा पाएगी क्या?
1v2 goes for the lurk, but Trent had
easily हराएगी.
real nice intuition there to be able to catch him on that rotate.
So wholesome, bro.
ये मैच के बाद बताता हूँ मैं. ये मैच के बाद बताता हूँ.
You do get soft as you get old.
NRG का ही गेम है. NRG ही जीतेगी ये गेम.
Realizing Scuba would have pushed that deep. So, last round of the half, NRG poultry.
क्या है वहाँ पे? वो क्या तोड़ना चाह रहा है?
They held C9 to only 2 rounds not so long ago.
अबे माडा 1 HP कैसे राउंड चालू होने के पहले ही?
G2 pushed all the way up B long. They know that no one is there. Time to rotate towards the A side. Teleport from Baby Bay. They've got 3 players there right now. They're about to have 4 players there. Danger for NRG lose.
फिर से 5-man push. देख रहे हो?
On this execute.
Alan pinged, chased. Hunter's Fury as well. Okay, little schmoves. One more shot though, and Valen is able to avoid it. So, fighting fit for what may be
देख लिया.
into the A side.
देख लिया.
Okay, Mana's down. He was very low already, to be fair. Hunter's Fury this time coming away from G2. Trent lining him up and lighting him up.
HP कर
That's
दिए
Kiko, barely alive, has to make use of this lockdown at some point in the round. Create some space for a spike recovery, but I believe it's been spotted in A main.
Trent, yet again aware of this Sewer's flank, and that's a free kill. Kiko has 0 HP to work with. Scuba on site, surrounded. G2 yet again on one of those rounds. Control the extremity. Baby Bay teleports. They stack up the site for the hit from NRG, and they just make that entire half look.
Are you guys for real, bro? NRG.
Simple, effortless defense.
मैं आपको अभी support करना चालू किया NRG.
The right side every single round.
Now, G2 know as well as us that their record against NRG last year doesn't mean anything. necessarily, but you better believe they're taking no small degree of satisfaction from the way this map has gone so far.
भाई ये back and forth जा रहा था, कितना अच्छा लग रहा था देखने में chat.
Let's see if NRG can find some equities, to find a way to dig in.
NRG has never been against G2. I know, bro. I know. देखो अभी हाफ टाइम हुआ. मैं तुम लोग को गेम समझाता हूँ गेम कि ये NRG क्या करना चाह रही है पता है. देखो NRG G2 के अगेंस्ट जीत सकती है. NRG को पता है कि वो G2 के अगेंस्ट इजीली जीत जाएगी. तो वो लोग सोच रहे हैं हम यहाँ नहीं जीतते, है ना, G2 को मिडिल फाइनल में भेज देते हैं. यहाँ से MIBR जाएगी, यहाँ से G2 पहुँची तो पहुँची, नहीं तो लोअर फाइनल में आएगी. तो NRG ऑलरेडी मिडिल राउंड 5 लोअर राउंड 5 में चले जाएगी. यहाँ पे वो लोग 100 थीव्स या Cloud9 के विनर से इजीली जीतेंगे, है ना, कुछ भी हो जाए इजीली जीतेंगे. वो आ जाएंगे लोअर फाइनल में और लोअर फाइनल से क्वालिफाई हो जाएंगे. दिमाग लगा रहे हैं ना. गोट भाई साहब, गोट, वर्ल्ड चैंपियंस फॉर अ रीजन ब्रो. ये दिमाग ज्यादा लोगों के पास नहीं है. ये मेरे जैसे महान इंटेलेक्चुअल, डाउन इन हिस्ट्री लेजेंड, यही लोग समझ सकते हैं. और मैंने तो बोला ही था वन साइडेड गेम है एनआरजी के लिए. एट द एंड G2 फिर से लोअर ब्रैकेट में आएगी ना अगर फुरिया से हारी तो. नहीं समझा तो फिर तो एनआरजी G2 होगा ना, और फिर तो जीती जाएगी ना एनआरजी. बात नहीं समझ रहे ना आप.
That was Brook's scoreline when NRG took Cloud9 to task on this map of Pearl not so long ago. Trent on G2, 16-3. Ain't that far away from that himself.
NRG might be suffering a loss at the same 13-2 scoreline if things continue the way that they have.
रणभूमि खेलने से पहले मनभूमि में खेला जाता है.
NRG's game plan on attack was
Oppenheimer.
just not cutting it. G2
भाई उसको देखो एक बंदे को वो 16-3 बेवड़ा.
Now NRG will have to match that level of.
अभी देखो NRG डिफेंस में सारे राउंड निकालेगी.
Everyone
सारे.
from G2 moving their way towards that B side, all going through main, teleport ready to go through as the usual comes in back sight. Wall to cut off a potential crossfire.
Gappy, but it'll do.
Ethan wants to commit to this.
क्या बात है Ethan भाई, let's go.
And punish that opening.
W Ethan.
And he's still able to deal with Jaw.
क्या बात है माडा भाई.
I just don't feel like that's constructed all that solidly from G2. That hit on the B.
Middle bracket से
No,
हो
ultimately
सकते
they're
हैं
not
G2.
really able to take any space. Ethan gets that nice first kill tucked in the corner. I feel like you don't see that
वो
position
चाहते ही
being
नहीं है
taken
face करना.
on the hard site anchoring setups. Has a little view from the wall, doesn't cover everything up, so he exploits that. Yeah, just good anchoring from those guys. I mean, hitting the shots.
If they want to get scrappy, bro, let's get scrappy, bro. I'm done. I'm done. Let's.
Well, you heard the man. Strap yourselves in, folks.
Lock in NRG. Let's go.
Yeah, well, maybe not. Yeah,
neither here nor there.
Scrappy pejorative for NRG, I think. Not complimentary.
G2 just run it down. They are not stopped by the Tejo on account of the interceptor. Valen, Ethan exchanging some blows.
कोई भी शेरिफ बाई नहीं किया.
Maybe able to flash to a main.
लीफ ने घोस्ट बाई किया है बस.
A feint.
Now NRG didn't go for any kind of deep push up B long.
7:30 से ये गेम चालू होने वाला था. मतलब अगर सारे मैप्स 2-2 अच्छी जाते हैं, लंबे जाते हैं, एक मैप खत्म होने वाला है 7:30 के पहले.
The rifles, that's an interesting look.
Yeah, Leviatán all of a sudden. Let's see this Valen mid rounding. What's he cooking up? Obviously there's Nano Swarm with his feet there and a turret that'll take contact.
Skip on.
Exactly what they're waiting for him.
Okay. मेरे को लगा वो क्लोन पे डालना चाहता है.
What is the move from G2?
क्लोन पे बोल रहा हूँ, टरेट पे भाई.
NRG have really conceded all
टरेट
of
को
mid
क्लोन
at this
क्यों बोल
point.
रहा हूँ मैं?
Cheeky little stealth throwing there.
So reasonably NRG
माड़ा
just
4
kinda set
मारेगा
up
यहाँ पे अब.
2-1-2. They need one player to watch sewers, and then they hope that a duo can anchor either
20
side.
सेकंड.
Jaws on his way down B long with a classic. Yeah, then it swarms are going to snarl up G2 as they try and approach this B side of the map. Can Jaw make a splash here?
Gino bas.
In fairness, we get the jump on Kiko. He's only a sheriff though that he get for his troubles there. Hang about. Ethan has to back away. That's awkward. Caught in the open. Now a 2 versus 2. Surely there's guns to recover here in the post plant.
Jaws just fighting fire.
Bro!
By the way, has his
This is dangerous here for Brook. How the heck is he supposed to get onto the
Bro, उसने headshot दे दिया उसको.
Down to 47. Jaw for free. Is able to punish Brook, and now at least with the regen shield, he walks in healthy enough. But he's got 2.
Classic से ace निकाला.
That is the most egregious display of classic use I've ever seen.
Bro, NRG is so bad, so shit.
Where did that come from?
I'm just stunned. What can you even say about that? That looked like the easiest cleanup in the world for NRG. What? That long-range right-click is crazy. But Mata and Ethan, Mata ran out of bullets, so it was just an honest pistol fight. I mean...
Hey! What's good?
Oh, shit, bro!
Let's go!
Oh, shit!
Viral marketing in the Big 26, Wyatt. I am done. NRG, because of that buy, having the sheriffs, they have a buy here, kind of. They have 2 stingers with 3 vandals. This is some new
well played, Jomo. Well
management that is interesting to witness, but it's gotten them in a, well, okay. Trent might just
Big him?
Send them out of this round, actually.
क्या बात है?
This is the weak side for NRG. They were heavily stacked over towards A, something that Jaw probably surmised. So now they'll take that double stack in halls, player over towards
Let's go NRG!
Was just barely spotted there.
How does he intend to be a factor here? He's going to have to play from long.
My favorite team for a reason.
Into the side, but he's got an outlaw, so he'll need to keep his distance to a degree. Shock dart. There's some value to be had here.
क्या बात है Scuba, well played. क्या बात है? क्या बात है Kiko?
It's on Trent now. 6th game from him. The odds, the deck, stacked against him. Swing timing. Look at how low these two have gone.
निकाला Kiko निकाला. Shot देगा Kiko.
To end them. Oh, Trent. Okay, not bad.
He didn't get it to half.
Oh man. He's just gone and done it. Red Bull clutch here for Trent, and G2 go to map point. One of the most bizarre maps I've seen this year and in some time.
2-0 for NRG, bro.
18-5 for Trent. NRG will be able to cobble together another weird buy to attempt to stay in the game in the next round. Just plays the timing perfectly there on that swing.
Good shit, boy! You won!
Kiko just doesn't have the time to defuse that spike. Can't get the kill quick enough on the swing. Just pick, by the way.
Yep.
Just a reminder of that.
Yep. Oh, okay. Here we get once again the flash is set up. G2. Oh, the curveball is too good, man.
They're being destroyed on this fight.
Butter at 20. He knows he's in deep trouble. And so,
कोई बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं.
Yeah, need more than just a little bit of liquid to douse.
कोई बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं. NRG gonna bounce back, bro. NRG gonna bounce back.
NRG in dismay. Their map pick gets thrown
NRG
in
gonna
their
bounce
face.
back, bro.
To the side of Habanero.
That Jaw Classic Ace
कोई बात
was
नहीं, कोई बात नहीं.
Nah, man.
ridiculous. How is that legal? How is that happening? How is that allowed to happen? I thought the gun had been nerfed.
मेरे को कोई बताओ भाई. क्लासिक से कैसा एस ले सकता है कोई बंदा? भाई उस बंदे ने गन बाय नहीं करी. 1v5 against classic is crazy भाई. क्लास मेरे को एक बार रिप्ले दिखाओ भाई उसका. पूरा रिप्ले दिखाओ पूरा.
He really went off.
पूरा रिप्ले दिखाओ मेरे को.
That there has certainly been some criticism being lobbed at, has not had a great tournament so far in kickoff. Has definitely not been up to his standards, but he had a solid game against C9 last week, and to start off against NRG, the reigning world champions, he destroys them on the Phoenix.
Well,
the Phoenix, Mitch.
Take your break in the game, though. I mean, this was absolutely absurd. Made squeezed everything he could out of his kit and utility. Take your preconceived notions, throw them out the window, and join us.
Bro, ये क्या था भाई? ये क्या था? तेरा हैंड्स इन पेरिस लिखा है. हार जाओगे सालो, अगला मैच हम्बल रह लो, हम्बल. अगला मैच एनआरजी इतना अच्छा जीतेगी ना. सपने देखो, सपने सपने देखो. क्लासिक ओनली एस. हाँ भाई, एनआरजी के सामने नहीं जीत सकती G2. नॉट पॉसिबल. 2-1 एनआरजी 2-1. He played for Liquid last year.
Kill him, bro.
He's the good.
That Molly?
Kill him, bro. He played for Liquid last year.
Molly?
Kill him, bro. He played for Liquid last year.
Bro, that is disrespect, bro. That is disrespect, chat. भाई मतलब क्या कहना चाहते हो भाई? Region dissing is crazy. भाई G2 वाले हर हफ्ते हमारे साथ ट्रोल करते हैं, अजीब अजीब कॉम्स के साथ आएंगे. मैं एनआरजी सपोर्टर हूँ ब्रो, मैं नहीं G2 सपोर्टर. कहीं से लग रहा है कि मैं G2 सपोर्ट कर रहा हूँ, कहीं से नहीं. नो G2 सपोर्ट, ओनली एनआरजी. लेट्स गो एनआरजी, फुल सपोर्ट, दिल से, मन से, हर तरफ से एनआरजी सपोर्ट. अब मैं समझ गया हूँ ये गेम कैसे काम करता है. अब मेरे को कोई नहीं रोक सकता भाई. आई एम अनस्टॉपेबल. आई एम कानी. I am Kani.
Knew it.
If you are a fan of Kani, you are a fan of yourself. Huh?
So very quickly the rest come across from that B side. Big saturate. Beck not there in time. Another win out of 2 versus 3. Perfect. Can't ask for much more than that. It's going to be all Beck Kajor. What a time to come alive.
All right, down here with Coach Josh RT.
Josh RT, आप बताओ क्लासिक एस कैसे लेते हैं?
Performance that we saw from G2 in that game. I gotta ask about the Phoenix, man. Where the hell is this coming from? Where are you cooking this stuff up at?
I mean, I gotta give credit to PRX. They
PRX
us in an off-season tournament.
Yeah.
On Haven. I'm like, why not just try it on Pro?
So wait, you took it from the off-season tournament from them?
Yeah.
And what was it about that composition that made you be like, hey, this is something that we should be
करना
incorporating? What about your players kind of gave you the inclination that we can incorporate this?
I mean, Jogamo is just—he's always aggressive.
Yeah.
I want him. I gotta leverage his agent pool a little bit, you know, and just let him go free and just be super aggressive. Just show a lot of threats and just throw in a nice Yoru in the mix with Andre opping, and then a nice Vito just to mess with their utility flow a little bit. So I thought it was just a great comp to just counter NRG.
You guys are basically on track to be able to win 6-0 in this series against NRG. How are the guys feeling in the back after you just spoke with them? Did you get an opportunity to catch up with them after that win?
No, they went instantly to the bathroom, but I'll talk to them in a sec. I think they're ecstatic that like what we worked on for a little bit finally panned out.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Yeah. Coach, always a pleasure, my man. Thank you so much for your time. Best of luck in the series. Back to you, boys.
Welcome back to the desk. We are here, and that's exactly what happened to NRG in the first match.
जॉब का इस राउंड में था कि पूरा राउंड जॉब को दिखाया ही
to
नहीं.
set you up for the next map and break down that first one. G2 running away with NRG's map, and you heard Josh.
अभी कौन सा मैप है? स्प्लिट है. देखो स्प्लिट G2 का मैप है. स्प्लिट जीत ही नहीं सकती G2, क्योंकि जिसका मैप होता है वो नहीं जीतता. जिसका मैप होता है वो जीत ही नहीं सकता. खत्म. बियांग टू सबइन फॉर बिलबिल इज नाइट. ओए नाइट का आप कर दिया. मेडिकल इमरजेंसी. ओ शिट भाई. बियांग ट्रेसी स्पोर्ट्स वाला है. स्प्लिट अभी G2 एक डेंजर कॉम्प लेके आएगी. स्प्लिट में देखना, एक सेज, एक वीटो, एक चेंबर.
This time you have self-sustainability for Jogamo to flash, peek,
get
these picks on his own, and then finally get the support right after. And what I like about that.
नहीं भाई, मैं एनआरजी सपोर्टर हूँ. मुझे तुम लोग गलत नजरों से मत देखो, कहीं से भी मुझे रिलेट मत करो कि मैं G2 सपोर्ट कर रहा हूँ.
Can you get that hype right there?
कहीं से भी रिलेट मत करो.
Activating still on something, right? They went all the way to put him on ISO so he could still
I'm a big
get in the
fan
fight,
of NRG.
still find ways to be in the face of the enemy and really put that heat on their opponents.
I think the other thing
Good
too,
morning,
especially with
King
Bay, is not only just talking
Chalo,
about the step away from the double initiator look from the side of G2, but it's also Baby Bay stepping away from a one-trick chamber. You're seeing as well that you have an opportunity this time around to have so many Swiss Army knives around the roster of G2. Remember Leaf going from Sentinel to Initiator, now back to Senti as a Vito. So G2 is looking pretty primed up on how he's preparing for these games.
He's smiling and acing on whatever he wants. That G2 comp as well, you see it on the bottom of your screen. There's so many annoying flashes to deal with there. You think towards post plant, oh, they've got to be done with their flashes. No, they have more flashes. And they're still throwing these Yorus, annoying Phoenix flashes in that you haven't been used to because it's our first Phoenix here in America. You might be used to it, but at this speed, at this pace on the stage, maybe not.
And Josh RT talked about that veto as well, right? And we didn't really have a chance to see that veto at all because of the aggression that came out from G2 in the first place. When you're already swinging it out and getting a couple of these picks, you're always for NRG side like a 1-2 player at a disadvantage trying to enter into these sites. They're just creeping, trying to find information, trying to go for individual picks, and they were getting punished at those lines without having to utilize veto to the best of his capabilities. So right now for G2, with such a strong showing, they also have the opportunity to hide a little bit more going into their later matches trying to qualify for Santiago.
And this is a G2 heavy segment because 3 rounds came in for NRG, and a big reason for that was some thrifties that came through where NRG couldn't stop it. One of those was a classic ace.
Yeah, and it's going to have to be this round as well. When you talk about G2 looking very good in the pistol, they got ecoed right after by NRG, and we're like, oh crap, this is going to be a strong NRG map again. But then you have this first crossfire setup. The stack is perfect. The shots are sublime from Baby Bay in the first place, but then going into this one, losing the pistol, going into a pistol ace, and you just see Jogimo keeping running it down just non-stop. He does not care. He runs out of flashes, still running, because he's going to get 2 more kills and get another flash there.
And it didn't look like NRG could play their game, but they had to split next. What honestly could be an answer, because they're going to see a new G2 comp as well. They probably won't have breach there, so NRG needs to be able to play against something they haven't seen already.
Yeah, I think for us in Americas, we're just like, oh, well, you know what? Like, if EMEA and the other regions...
भाई मैंने अभी एक टैरिक का ये देखा, मैं तुम लोग को बोल रहा था ना, किसी ने शायद नोटिस नहीं किया. ये देखो ये टैरिक ने, भाई टैरिक क्या मीम बनाता है क्या बैठ के? ये देखो 5% इसकी बात कर रहा था मैं. देखो जैसे इसने बोला था वी गोना क्वालिफाई फॉर Santiago, भी ऐसे दिखता है.
Just run it down with the rest of
the team. Split there. NRG is going to have to fight back on G2's pick. And even if that goes the way of NRG, they go to Haven, where we just heard Josh talking about they have some things ready. They feel comfortable in where they're practicing. So it really has to be
NRG का game है
all cylinders here for this next matchup. Well, let's hear what Coach has to say.
G2 4 duelist खेलेगी.
All right, here with Coach Bonkar. Coach, that was a tough loss. You know, got to
call spade a spade. Tough loss क्या भाई?
Were you anticipating that composition from G2? Because heck, no one on our end was anticipating that. So is that something you maybe thought could have been read on your end? What do you think of it overall?
Didn't anticipate specifically that comp overall. We were anticipating like maybe some chamber here and there or anything, but they pulled out a great comp and they played a fantastic game. So just up to us to shake it off and go again.
I know you took a little while in the back with the squad. What were you telling them to like motivate them, get them back into it? Or was any player in particular the one that was trying to rally the troops for this second map?
We just spoke super briefly about this map and legit just move on, split. We have anti for them, we're ready for the map and just start playing the game again. That was a slow match for us and it happens sometimes.
Yeah, well look, if there's one team that can make the bounce back, it's the world champs. So I have the utmost confidence in you boys. Back to you.
निकाल दिए NRG.
I echo the same thing GB says.
1-1.
And the team have been in a position where they have to figure out how to really correct what's going wrong, go around the speed bumps instead of continuously go over them, and it shouldn't be a problem for map 2.
It would be tough though if G2 comes out with a brand new composition, because it'll kind of be like the NRG versus C9 where you're trying to learn how to play against the breach. Hopefully they're going to learn quick.
Phoenix लेके आ जाए, I'm down for it.
We'll be back with map 2 after this quick break. Don't go anywhere.
रेल नीर का पानी पीना पड़ रहा है भाई, 14 रुपए का पानी. Shit. Life is so hard. जिंदगी जो है ना वो आपको बहुत सिखाती है। पहले दिन देख रहा हूँ भाई 2-0 2-0 ये होगा 2-1। देखो जैसे कि पैटर्न चल रहा है लेफ्ट साइड वाली टीम्स जीती है ये एनआरजी जीतेगी ये एनआरजी जीतेगी 2-1। We are going third map already. Let's go. ऑफिशियल क्वेश्चन का अटैक का है वो पैसिफिक के लिए है ना। अमेरिकाज में पैसिफिक का टैग लगा क्यों बैठूं?
The winner will advance to that middle final, we'll call it, to take on the loser of the upper final. That's sort of trickle down economics in terms of how our format works. So in theory, it puts them one game away from qualification to Santiago.
क्या बात है? मेरे को G2 का कॉम दिखाओ। ये तो नॉर्मल लग रहा है।
The Tejo Sky combo.
इसमें कुछ अलग नहीं लग रहा।
Going to be an interesting one to see, but we've seen that from them on a number of occasions. G2 were the team that used to always just pound that Tejo on this map.
दूसरी टीम बताओ क्या खेल रही है?
They have gone away from it, and I wonder where they're going to go. Whoa, Baby Bay on the waylay, Jordan the Neon. This is a departure from the norm for G2.
They're mixing it up after suffering a convincing loss to Furia, one that Valen discussed as being something of an inflection point for this team's run in kickoff, addressing a lot of the internal issues.
No worry about budget. Which match should I go for? Viper V3 Pro.
Let's just gamble up into the short push.
A lot of the internal issues with the team off the back of that Furia loss, and I feel like is shifting a bit where they are getting more experimental overall, going from the Phoenix on map 1 into this Neon Waylay now on map 2. And
yeah, the Phoenix was giving like mid last year Paper X vibes. We've also said they've taken comms from tier 2 and tried to adapt them. Not many teams can pivot so quickly in how they approach a map midway through a tournament like G2.
Doing a thing.
And now it's Baby Bay on the Waylay.
NRG
fast up mid to start us off on their attack side. Jaw trying to set up a crossfire with his duelist.
Wow! Mid पे आके circus खेल के चले गए.
Trying to bait Jaw back in their direction, but Baby Bay will clean Ethan up. That's the Sky out of the picture.
It's NRG on a
Scuba की शरीफ चलेगी.
Quick pivot towards the B side.
Shot मारा.
Baby Bay again. These shots with the shadow. Sick.
3-0 already. Baby Bay's having an insane pistol round. Now that guy itself is going to force him back to a degree, but now the pinch comes in. Rourke has nowhere to go.
निकाला Scuba.
And Scuba
निकाला
है. Submerged.
1v4.
Unfortunately for him, Spike's up in heaven.
NRG have just been sat down.
जो वो नए एजेंट सीख रहा है क्या? नए एजेंट्स क्या खेल रहा है? वो डुएलिस्ट तो खेल रहा है. भाई तुम लोग देखो बेबी बे क्या खेल रहा है? वेहले योरू. प्राइमरी डुएलिस्ट वाले एजेंट खेल रहा है भाई.
Get anything done though? Players are tagged up.
अरे ये क्या लैग हो रहा है?
There it is. Double face. Scuba going to go down.
I do feel like these changes are pushing us closer to peak Smeeg from Baby Bay, right? Like, you know, he's a jet player, obviously, high mobility, flashy kind of player.
Yeah, Americas का feed ही ऐसा है bro.
Like the Vince McMahon gif of him getting progressively more excited based on what he's seeing. Now over towards the Waylay, super high mobility, again, flashy, skill expressive agent choice. He's already got himself 3 kills, so we know we're already hurtling towards that first convergent pass. He's bought himself up a Marshall. He's feeling himself.
Looks like he'll definitely have some opportunities for kills. There's the first. Just a straight up B fight. Jaw getting right in their face with his judge.
Slow देखो. Slow का डाला देखो.
On NRG to speak of.
They are learning the difficulties they'll be facing against this G2 comp, which are the potential for these two duelists to be running it down at them on the extremities with some util combos.
Andre's logged in chat.
The saturate plus relay bolt.
Just gonna say, yeah, these like short-range deployables that are easy to hear. Okay, you are.
It does that at that range.
You are a long
Stinger ये सब भी कर सकती है.
Someone send that to the dev.
Morning, भाई.
Well, just runs around, holding down M1.
Atlantis Mini, Pulsar, X2 Mini.
Yeah, they're probably just around the corner, actually, yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if you might need to pencil in.
Neon आई, एक
Neon
here
for G2.
I'm so flawless.
कोई बात नहीं, ये round NRG पे.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
They lost some money throwing abilities. That is it. Now NRG are full buying, of course.
That is hard to play into.
It's a nice little way to fight B main.
Wow.
Just Prowler,
Kuch bhi.
post up with the scope weapon, Jaw running into their faces
Kuch bhi.
behind the Prowler. That's not bad.
उसकी गोली हवा में travel कर रही है.
Send it again. Well, it looks like
One
they're
zero,
going to
bhai.
fake that they're sending it again in B main, doing the same instant Prowler and
हवा
maybe
में
they post up, but
direction
this
change
time
कर लिया
Jaw
गोली ने.
is with that shotgun over towards vents.
Baby Bay was, watching his minimap intently there. So there was no real intention to go into B proper.
But if NRG want to go back towards B main, they will likely have to expend some util to re-clear it. But it is the initiator utility gathering info towards the A side for the attackers, as you saw that Trailblazer on the minimap just go all the way up ramps. Though the space isn't immediately taken by NRG, it feels like they are just currently waiting out to see if G2 go for some kind of proactive play before moving into their actual execute. That second drone now from their other initiator being used to get through B main.
भाई 50 सेकंड है और ये लोग ने अभी तक ज़्यादा इन्फो ली नहीं है.
Yeah, pretty costly for
सीधा B
NRG to
commit
get this
के लिए आ
space.
रहे
They
हैं.
are in B garage. That is something. Baby Bay headshot! Just what the doctor ordered. Watch, they'd be a terrible doctor if they asked for that, but Marta's out of the game.
निकलता है NRG का ये round.
Salvo forces Baby Bay off the line, but here comes Lev.
क्या बात है निकलता है 2v5 निकलता है.
Don't ask questions you don't know the answer to. Is my mantra.
Nice try.
Sorry, that was a bonus that featured Marshall, Stinger Ball,
कोई बात नहीं.
and some
Nice
other
try.
assortment of weapons that have no business doing that.
Yeah, and in the midst of the violence on the B side, Trent also just killed that lurker over towards A. Yeah, who's in this moment was just chilling over on ramp and deleted that map.
भाई जो को वो ज़्यादा डैमेज तो गिरने से खाया है.
Baby Bay is back on his feet and he is pointing
भाई
again.
बैड बोलता है वो माडा को.
So right now
जो
he is
बैड बोलता है.
Can I suggest to L dance? You know what I mean? Can we throw it back to like what 2017?
And again, Bonkar is forced to call an early timeout. Much was the same. Well, it was around 4 on Pearl. This time it's even faster. It's around 3
तो
on
भाई
Split.
सही तो आप कभी नहीं पता अपना गलत कैसे हो सकते हैं.
Brutal stuff for NRG.
भाई
They have 2 kills.
Okay. Yeah. Well.
देखो अभी तक नहीं समझा अगर तो तू भाई. सबसे बड़ा बेवड़ा है.
Someone needed to address that. If it wasn't going to be you, I mean, I'm the only one with a guy with a mic. So
कोई बात नहीं.
Exactly.
NRG gonna bounce back, bro.
If you want to, but you are the numbers guy. So.
Let's go NRG! Woohoo!
The way that G2 though has been manufacturing these opportunities, despite having some weaker weapons, though, has been fantastic. Baby Bay knows he needs to hold a crosshair placement that is conducive to a headshot there. Martin just swings into it. It's a little bit labored.
एक वेले और नियॉन के अगेंस्ट तो नहीं हारने वाले भाई.
Fake pop by G2 into B lobby. That does mean it's more costly for NRG to re-clear that space.
Now, we saw this on the Pearl defense as well, but G2, when it comes to flooding in and fighting NRG,
wow, AP util डाल के मिट जाएंगे.
It looks like they've broken keyboards. There's no S key. They are in. They are sending it. Here is your standard. I'm a Waylay with a Bucky, trying to kill someone, but it's not going to happen. And Baby Bay just gets 2 free kills with NRG pushing through the wall, and Mata gets caught. And
फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता जोगमो.
I mean, this is
बाप रे.
just 1 Radiant versus 5 Platinum's YouTube video from Baby Bay. I think he should maybe stay on the Waylay. Baby Bay was just born to run it down, to send it.
भाई बिग बॉय आंड्रे
Not born too early either. Oh yeah. Okay.
डेंजर ही नहीं खेल रहे क्या आप कुछ? चेयर गई. भाई चेयर चली जाएगी आपकी.
For a new emote. That time, not even the point. Just
you know what? I'm good with it.
And now picking up the operator, G2 have just millions of dollars.
Let's go NRG! Woohoo!
To buy now and switch things up.
So Chris Bumps
निकालोगे लड़को.
10 years, bro. He won Olympias. Drake can do what he wants, man.
मेरा पूरा सपोर्ट है आपके साथ. क्या बात है स्कूबा. ऑपरेटर गिरा दी. क्या बात है माडा.
Did get a kill. It was Mata in mid, catching Leaf on the jump up. So NRG bringing the operator into the fold, and now pivoting towards the A side. Valen will have to be the hero for G2 in main.
Full damage control there now for G2. And Valen's getting exploratory. He can't get away from the stealth drone.
Not a great spot.
He's stuck. He is stuck.
निकला पहला रोड आया क्या बात है
quickly you see the dash there over towards the spawn side. Baby is trying to get position, but he can't hold the angle with this up. There's a nebula in the way, and so I'm just gonna he has it off in his head. He's going for it, and he is silenced instantly.
क्या बात है
That's a display of the level of confidence that these guys are at right now.
Well played, guys.
That was a 2v4.
अपना गेम है.
Yeah, Mara just able to walk up mid there, find that op kill. It looked like G2 started just to try and make hero plays towards the backside of that round.
Baby पे operator लेके ऐसे बाहर क्यों आ रहा है भाई?
Much needed.
Some of that G2 aggression getting a little bit punished with Leaf in mid.
Baby पे 4 kill क्या मार लेता है भूल जाता है भाई.
To the full buy, another op for Baby Bay. This time posting up.
4 kill मार लेता है भूल जाता है.
Over on a no ults to work with just yet, but it's Valen fully isolated in that site.
Okay, Marta refracts out, seeing Valen there, so a star thrown at his feet. Valen just walks out. That is such a wide swing to take. He's hit him, but he got his kill. Can he buy time? See him tight, and that's the spike going loose. This has gone from bad to worse for NRG. Good money.
कोई बात नहीं 5v3 है.
He's isolated for how
निकलता
long?
है.
Seconds, no help. Finds 2. Another just being baited into Dre.
And again, we've seen Baby Bay look very, very good with the off over the course of kickoff. No, Op's pretty good at that kind of point-blank range. Yeah, his oppies looked really good.
Bro, it is his world.
It's 12-1.
The chamber.
This world is his world right now.
One death.
6 rounds in. Look at
How
this from
Valen, he can't be allowed to get away.
Like, why is he doing it? None of his team are there. He's the solo anchor.
He's spotted out by that dash in from Mata. He is isolated in elbow.
You are insane.
There's no time for a rotate from G2 to help him. He's alone, man. He's alone, but he gets 2 and he gets out.
मैंने already बोल दिया आज Paper X one-sided जीतेगी.
That's crazy. That just, it shouldn't be happening.
The significance of Baby Bay not switching to his shorty and just blasting him point blank with the op, I think cannot be understated. That is very exciting.
मुंह पे जाके चिपका क्या आया बे? कोई बात नहीं लड़कों, bounce back. Bounce back है.
Does he just take a
मारो इसको.
Find the kill. Yes.
यार,
Does he just
punish
run away?
करो.
No. He wants to fight for more.
Okay.
क्या बात है मैडम?
There it's a little awkward for Leave. Will be brought down by Marta's Phantom, one of the few functional.
G2 में Agil कौन है? Valen.
Jaws going back into B main. NRG. What is the move as things are slowing down in the mid round?
Yeah, Kiko shot दिया अभी
Kiko is
इसको.
saying surely he can't resist.
चाटा पड़ेगा देखो अभी हाँ जॉर्डन को मुंह पे पड़ेगा.
You may be right.
On some level,
there's no way.
Okay, you're running. What is that, Jaw?
I mean,
limits are being tested,
guys. That
Haga Trent, Haga.
Straight
Haga
up
Trent
with
यहाँ पे.
G2 Crossfire is not much of a crossfire with the Nebula in Trent's face, though, but Scuba is out in the open, and Baby Bay will not. Oh, well, he did miss. Never mind.
That's a pretty shocking casting curve.
My line. I didn't even finish the sentence.
Me when I'm making things up on air.
क्या बात है? Well played.
Gets up on that site now. Seekers will keep Valen at bay. There's going to be a belated swing to the left. Valen would have to. Oh, what a flick! Surely. There are a couple of things that have happened on this round that I would simply call uncanny. That could have been one of them.
Let's go, bhai. Well played, NRG.
They're playing with a little bit of confidence, some may say. With Jaw just in B main, gets that early kill, and then just runs it right back in there as Really Bolt dashing out, tries to pop his ult.
But I mean, there's a genuinely...
That was crazy.
There's a generally accepted way for your opponents to play, right? And when you're playing with this much swagger, you break a lot of conditioning.
क्या बात है?
Absolutely. And I want to say this reminds me of a similar
Alte,
point
Brock,
in
Alte,
NRG.
Scuba,
They
Alte.
finally get their second round, but everyone dies except for one guy, and then they lose an F no
Shot,
money. Maybe
Kiko.
this time, they can actually stabilize the game as Kiko finds them that entry.
That's crazy, dude. Done it again. All right, Star's going to be recalled. Marta is intently watching a potential push-up.
Paper X का मैच आज ही है हाँ.
That Waylay is so known for.
Full sense DRS भी आज ही है.
I certainly do not mind the op on attack with how aggressive G2 are playing.
Ooh, okay,
oh, nice Kiko, nice.
Speaking of.
So I think we're at the junction now that we might be in timeout territory at least.
उसको देखो क्या walk up किया है. क्या बात है Scuba.
It's nice from Scuba. That was very snappy.
Yeah, Josh may want to calm the guys down a little bit at this point. they've hype max. They've hyped themselves up too much now.
Save karo ab, save.
And we're talking about
some crazy plays.
Yeah, we're talking about a team who's been under some of the most extreme pressure any competitor in Valorant could be and prevailed on the world stage.
Close for Trent. Still 5-on-2. This one should be over.
Yeah, unlikely there's going to be an attempt here at the round for G2.
The money has
buy the NRG bundle. Yes, sure. Buy the NRG bundle.
After
full support NRG ko.
Capped cash for multiple rounds, but they've been buying a lot of ops, so that'll happen.
How well do you think can G2 actually adapt now that NRG appear to have become a bit more comfortable with that tempo that the defense side is presenting?
Line to line
G2 are going to continue playing with this aggressive style. It just needs to be more
कभी भी कोई भी बड़ा swing ले लिया तो खत्म ही है खेल वहाँ पे.
It's just becoming too isolated, a little bit too
individualistic.
Because earlier we were seeing when Jaw was taking those B main fights, for instance, there was like the Prowler form early, and then Baby was also posting up on the line. Like there was supplemental utility. But that has not been the case right now. I mean, he's ultimately, he's just kind of baited in trying to kill Mata, who can an easy trade for someone else.
अरे कोई बात नहीं वैलेंट भाई, अभी तो पूरा मैच यही होने वाला है.
Important ultimates come online now.
तो गेम बजाएगी यार.
Spot. One of these controller ultimates, obviously G2 have access to
except for its
the
use
Cosmic
for
Divide already.
Not
Going to be a timeout here from Josh. Thought there
early round confuse करने के लिए वो default wall होता है.
Valen from the leadership is like, all right, well, they haven't really slowed down. Or we could just send it with the Bucky immediately.
कितना confident है भाई.
They can't just get out with the fract a little bit different. Leaf this time has the.
भाई उड़ा दिया. एक पंचे गिरा हमें से नीचे.
Chance to get away. He tried to run it up mid here, and here we go.
कोई बात नहीं. Brock का 1v5 है.
That's fine.
MVP for a reason. 1v5. Let's go, Brock.
I gotta say, this is some of the most fun gameplay we've ever seen from G2. And I like that for them. I like that for us.
Think of this team, by the way, who we're very, very good, and people just straight up struggled to get excited about their game.
Nice try.
So systematically.
Defense में अच्छे निकालेंगे. Defense में अच्छा निकालेंगे.
Seems like a 9-day difference. And
enough attack kill rounds.
Coming into the team made an impact, but especially Baby Bay into the mix here has given them that volatility, yes, but also just this, I don't know, this flair when it counts.
Oh my God.
The slow-mo lean in the chair is crazy.
Oh my God, you can't believe it. Neither can I. I feel them. But it's cool that G2 went from being this team last year that were just so invested in we are playing Taeho Yoru on everything into this year. We're still in comps from tier 2. We're playing Phoenix because we saw Paper X do it. Let's just play Neon and Waylay on this map now.
Good wants to fight. He really wants to get in there. Armageddon going to be circumvented for the most part. Hindrance on Joe. Okay, he's going to
क्या बात है माडा? क्या बात है?
He's tucked into the back of the side. Leaf didn't have a lot to say this round. Convergent pass though from Baby Bay. They're all hinted. Spray the peas. Through the smoke. Just one for Valen.
Nice, Brock. Nice.
Hello, Ethan's gotten.
He was just praying that Nebula would drop earlier. Trent sending in the Nightfall in this 2-on-3.
Cosmic Divide. We are going for it. Quick refract there from Baby Bay. Realizes it wasn't the landing.
Look at the NRG HP right now to a combined 0. It feels like.
Yeah, big decay down. It made it easy for Trent to slip in. And find that
निकालते.
Now the Cosmic Divide has been pushed past.
क्या बात है Kiko? Well played Kiko.
Here needs some good fundamentals in this moment, but Baby Bay is all swagger.
निकाला Brock 1v2 निकाला.
2v1. Brock has struggled to fight his way out of these unfavored scenarios today.
क्या बात है भाई साहब. Positioning.
In that defense spawn direction. He's got to be quiet at the moment.
Well played, Brock. Well played.
32. Beautiful done by Brock.
Let's go.
Red Bull clutch for NRG. And not a moment too soon.
He finally arrives in the server today. To me, feels unfair to say, given that NRG as a team just have not been able to stand up to G2 yet. But they need one of their many stars to create some moments like this.
Nice. और एक राउंड आएगा अच्छा attack.
Feels like a team is down and out. Suddenly someone makes that hero play that gets everybody back in the zone.
You mean like Baby Bay on Corrode?
Yes, that is exactly what I mean.
Yeah, both these teams have got the individuals that can lift the spirits of a team. And a big part of that is a strong performance or a clutch that makes you believe it's possible.
rotate now from NRG, heading back over towards this A side.
BB को op किधर है?
Ready to go over there. Baby Bay with the op on main. Of course, he should be getting smoked off when this hit comes in, so we'll see how he tries to play around that to support Trent, who is very much so entrenched in the site.
Nothing to see with that Trailblazer, though.
Big boy Andre.
Here's the smoke dash in. Mata has heaven control. He is in there. Baby Bay going to be forced back. Vulnerable and hit by that saturator. Mata.
Nice, Mata. Nice.
Handled. Relay bolt though going to be.
Nice, Mata. Well played, boy.
All right. Just running at him apparently.
And now NRG just have the entire map split open for them. They can choose to go back towards B. Everyone running through mid. Doing Scuba late. Down has gotten himself into B main. It's a good position to play from.
Kiko goes Astral, but he's inside the smoke. It was Mata that was exposed to balance timing.
NRG do have to worry about a lot of angles right now, despite being at the man advantage.
Nice, nice,
still good
Kiko,
for a
nice.
second there. This is going to keep G2 in the round. They're going to have to get busy. Do they check for Brook? Yes, inside the smoke now.
2v2 निकलता है. Midler
There was a late wrap though through mid, and Scuba might have
well
just
played,
the timing they need.
It seemed like Trent knew it was a possibility turning around.
Here's the tap. So there's going to be some of that post-plant. Util Baby Bay in trouble! Gravwell makes it impossible for him to fight properly against Scuba. And Trent doesn't really have the room here.
क्या बात है, well played.
Kiko banishes him. And here come NRG back into the game. Finally getting a hand on the reins.
It was a lovely play from Mata, taking all of that space into heaven, getting tucked into the corner. And the second shot, probably going to be absurd on the replay. He's stunned up, hindered, and just one taps jaw sliding into his face. That was a sick 2K though, and it also just then created the possibility for him to rotate away from A towards B.
Good for a reason.
Certainly the right call.
Okay.
It was once a 4-0 lead for G2 where they looked unstoppable. NRG are on the verge of tying up this half.
And starting to look a bit more like protagonists in this map as well, as opposed to background actors. Moments like that broad clutch I thought was really nice. That feels like that gets him there.
Definitely. Just going to say Trent at 9-4, by the way. Just continuing to put up numbers after being dominant on Pearl. G2 have pushed all the way out of this B side. They definitely know where NRG are on the map right now.
Variation is that, yeah, Leaf is set up here with the judge. So G2 have made an adjustment about how they're holding on to A heaven.
Let's go NRG! Woohoo!
Wrap around from Jaw and Valen pushed off B so early.
Kiko was watching their back until he had to go into astral form, and that allows the perfect timing for Jaw.
To get disciplined, Jaw. Dirty stuff.
क्या बात है? कोई बात नहीं, निकालते. Let's go Ethan, let's go Kiko.
Control though of this A side. They dealt with the anchors at least. They've got even up in players, but Jaw's found his third. Valen's going to be there to support him. A cosmic divide to cut NRG off from the spike. And what's the option supposed to be? Take your time. There's a high-low waiting for Ethan. Feels like he knows it. He knows this is going to be tough. A double swing is what he's trying to put together. It's 89 points of health on NRG entirely. They've got to go for it. Smoke on the other side. Jaw has the off angle. This is all pretty possible. And there's Jaw. Is it going to be another? And G2 put their stamp back on this half in the final round. It's a tight one, 7-5. With 4 of those first rounds going in favor of G2, NRG did well to fight back in.
If there's one guarantee we've seen from this series so far,
NRG, let's go. We're gonna bounce back. We're gonna bounce back.
Willing to push through the
defense is ours.
On defense today.
2 for 2, baby, let's go!
And it's just allowed them to encircle NRG on the attack. When they're going for these straight up hits, they have been crushed by the G2 defense.
All right, 7-5 is the scoreline on splits. It's G2 fighting.
Chat like kar do stream ko fat sab log.
Santiago, don't go too far. More of this match to come.
जोगमा अचानक से अच्छा कैसे खेलने लग गया यार? कोई बात नहीं, एनआरजी का गेम है. एनआरजी का गेम है. निकालते हैं. लेट्स गो एनआरजी. अच्छा खेला बेबी भी अच्छा खेल रहा है ठीक है काफी प्रेडिक्टेबल खेल रही है G2 इतना कुछ खास नहीं खेल रही है भाई इजी होना चाहिए एनआरजी के लिए डिफेंस में निकालना राउंड पिस्टल आएगा पिस्टल आके इक्वलाइजर और इक्वलाइजर के बाद आगे के राउंड्स कोई बात नहीं I believe
respectable 7-5 half-time scoreline. NRG clawing back into the game. It looks like they really man, they had to fight tooth and nail for every inch, whereas G2 look like they're having fun out there. Duelists are firing. They're full of inspiration, honestly.
ये सुपर लाइट अंकल लोग का ही माउस है माँ कसम ऐसा पीछे दब जाता है
G2 exuding too much fun, creativity, and confidence. Those were when the openings were created for NRG to get a couple free picks that would allow them to get into advantageous situations in
तुम लोगों को पता है चैट G2 एक्चुअली एक अंक टीम है तुम लोगों को पता नहीं है तो शायद G2 एक अंक टीम है पता है
They felt unstoppable.
जोगो में बहुत बड़ा है 26-26 है कुछ
given NRG just enough rounds to be able to take this split map.
Or just enough rope to trip them up.
Best of luck, Bullet 96.
G2 on the attack side, Pistol. Scuba
tucked in the corner,
making use of his own poison orb to take a wider swing, just in case someone had pushed forward.
हार गई G2 भाई ये गेम देख.
Double face here from NRG set up to play off this guiding light potentially from Ethan.
क्या बात है अच्छा क्रॉस है एक्सपेक्ट ही नहीं कर रहे होंगे ये चीज
Takes the contact, is lit up.
ठीक है रीटेक खेलेंगे नाइस ईथन नाइस माडा
work of G2 beautifully done. Just a crossfire, simple stuff for NRG, but oh, it's been effective. Jaw was hindered.
He's all the way through screens flanking them. So was Leaf, by the way. He's up there.
So NRG to get into the side with the spike. Leaf is going to be the pivotal player from this point on in the round.
Nice.
Is he in the right spot to succeed?
Spike planted.
Ethan on 10 HP in this situation. Baby Bay wants to take contact, draw the attention so Leaf can be the player that closes the round out.
Leaf is convinced. Oh man,
just
pushing off his line there. Maybe a lack of patience, maybe just concern. They don't know what was happening in heaven, so it's on Baby Bay, 44 points of health, and that is all consumed. Hesmada points the ghost at it.
मैंने बोला था
great job with Ethan fighting earlier in that round on
बोला था अभी पिस्टल आएगा एनआरजी इक्वलाइज करेगी एनआरजी का गेम है ब्रो ये
to refract away. They're just swinging off of each other here. It's that peak with the sat strength that's really nice, and then Mata gets right back out there on that second swing to help Ethan bail him out. They collect two.
Yeah, really solid. It's a flashy no, but the fundamentals here for NRG, that's kind of what gets them over these humps.
Jaw is the one buying a full armor with the Bucky. Baby Bay had a shorty there for a second at least. Thought we were about to see the double shotgun dive.
To some degree we will, but Baby Bay might simply be the decoy of sorts, refracting away while Jorgamo actually gets in there to secure those eliminations. Alright, well he's the fast lane. We're about to see if that is the case or not. Grab well pop, but it doesn't seem to have slowed down G2 much. They're into the side. Baby Bay down. Jaw needs to fly with his Bucky. Trent on the side. Kiko's just free to roam around. Well, yeah, the Bucky found some purchase in the air, but Jordan still has to find a way to be relevant here and stunned up as he was by
round.
Special delivery, if I'm not mistaken. Clean round for NRG.
Let's go, chat. WNRG.
Scuba had a good time.
Keep it coming.
Snake bite in main.
Keep up the spam, chat.
Disconnected the pack from those players getting in on the entry with the dashes, with the speed. We've seen some really silly sting.
आज हिस्ट्री चेंज होगी आज हिस्ट्री चेंज होगी
Where are the devs? Where are they?
आज पहली बार एनआरजी G2 से जीतने वाली है. Let's go.
To break their game, dude. All right, round 15 coming at you. Like some emphasis on mid with both duelists for G2 converging, pun intended. Scuba again just been looking to hold these massive angles, but that relay bolt's a problem. He's at least able to do with the Prowler, Nova Pulse, and the kitchen sink. And he's still got good damage. Respect it.
Brutal scenes though.
And that guided self stops an acceleration through rope room.
4 stun, एक prowler, अरे उसको गेम ही मत खेलने दो भाई. लॉग ऑफ कर दे भाई तू. शट डाउन कर दे अपना पीसी मत खेल. मॉनिटर बंद करके खेल.
Not great right now, but they are playing at ranges where they can get the most out of the SMGs. Jaw drawing some attention towards Male. Is this
Kiko निकाला, Kiko निकाला. तीनों मारता है Kiko, देखो. स्टिंगर का एक स्प्रे में तीनों. क्या बात है? Good for one. Let's go, Ethan.
Okay, Jaw a little bit too slow. Flashed out, has to retreat. That is functionally going to keep Ethan in this position, though. He's very much pinned down by Jaw, and he has to fight his way out of that position somehow.
दो kill मारे. Good bonus. Good bonus, भाई साहब. Shot, मारा. Still winnable, bro.
He's just caught straight up in the open.
Yeah, again, too many spots to check. Not enough ways to gain that info safely.
Just some timings on timings there, with Trent cleaning it up, but NRG will be, hey, relatively content with
good bonus.
At least doing some damage there on the bonus round. He had 3 guns taken away. This was just, it was a lot. Disgusting. You hate to be stupid when you're stun, prowler, stun, dashed, seized.
अरे उसको सीज भी डाला था.
That was my play on purpose.
उसको सीज भी डाला था. अरे भाई, वो प्लेयर छोड़ देगा गेम खेलना.
All planned.
Looks like G2 want to go with some pace. Again, the stun and the dash is perfect. Scuba is well hindered, but they're not going to bother with smoke. What about LSC? Scuba is just having a nightmare in fence.
The util usage is something else. Kiko does very well to assert himself on this.
Nikala.
Astonishing even.
Scuba nikala.
Now though.
Shot Mada.
Mada will certainly punish you for those, so it's an even player score now in the post plant. G2 need to find a way to maybe get off this B side or at least spread a bit more.
Yeah, not going to be any late flank. Dangerous for someone to try to get towards backside when they know
good utils,
with that Nebula up, there's an opportunity to spread out a little bit more.
That Nebula came up at the perfect time because that util would have forced G2 out into the open, out into the town square, for their ideas to be exposed to the world. Here comes Ethan.
Nice try.
Leaf notches up 3, getting himself in the game now.
Yeah, that was a really great timing that Leaf took, activated the double swing for main and pillar. But this opening to the round is just so cool. I think G2 have really shown that when it comes to the Waylay, I feel like they're one of, if not the best teams at putting their Waylay in position to get kills. We've seen other teams really struggle in the aspect of Waylay supplementing them with enough utility. So many of the Waylays we've seen so far are finding themselves in situations where they're dashing in and they're just caught in the open. But it's moments like that where you're seeing that G2 are a cut above, just able to
Champion se bounce back karenge ladke.
Everything there is really well drilled and executed to, perfection with the timings, just getting the haunt in there with the stun, the dash up, everything's perfect.
Yeah, this has been a conversation we've been having about G2 and their desire
to
make this Waylay comps work. Ever since like second week of kickoff, we're talking on bind. We're just pointing out how Jaw always has a sky smoke to dive into. Valorant's setting him up, but it's much more than that now. It always feels like an excessive amount of utility.
Odin निकलेगा. अभी ये round save है. इसके बाद Odin निकलेगा. फिर तो game खत्म है. Easy game है.
And NRG this timeout probably is about how not to expose yourself to those combos.
Oh, A-stack. क्या बात है भाई साहब. क्या read है भाई साहब Ethan. Let's go भाई. W read भाई. 5v5 on side.
Up that rope.
Scuba की position बहुत crucial होने वाली है भाई.
And G2R noses pressed to the barrier, ready to test it.
A little unlucky, perhaps, that they chose the site where there are going to be 5 NRG players. Let's see
unlucky
if they can deal with it.
Unlucky is relative, that's for
nice,
sure.
Nice, Mada. Nice.
Trent inside this smoke, respecting Salvo. It's going to be Valen waiting for Kiko to push up.
2v3. Guns भी मिल गई है.
G2 have lost 3 players on this. Pushed into the stacked side. It kind of goes the way you expect it to. And now they need to put some breathing room between themselves and NRG, who
well played NRG,
have recovered all the rifles.
And have a convergent path to work with from Mada. They have a great opportunity now to win this round.
Valen has a divide. Is there a gainful way to make use of that? This does feel like a pivotal round. Not one you can afford to lose if you're G2.
Valorant crossing into B main. What a crucial fight this is about to be.
कोई बात नहीं 2v2 2v2 दोनों पे गन है.
That's a conversion path's gone. Look at this. Valorant is still aware that someone could be coming. How does he know?
And it's the lack of armor here for NRG that is hurting them.
Nikala Brock nikala 1v2.
Glass Cannon Vandal going for it.
And Leaf heard him. He knows that he's up in heaven.
Nice,
but
bro.
That awareness is lovely.
All right, step into the Brocktigon, Valen.
Has to get this star pop though. Can't get it to half.
Yeah, Brock knows that. Frustrating. He wanted a half, and that's not happening for him at all. Valen emerges. And what could have been a pretty disastrous round for G2 is salvaged somewhat. They'd lose 4 rifles to this mostly classic A-site stack from NRG.
Tight round tha.
Let's be happy with the result.
Valen just realizing that the shots they posted on that angle after getting the kill against Mono was huge. NRG, they're just disconnected.
Player hai.
That's my skirmish 1v1er in the clutch.
I guess he's up 6.
Odin.
Yep, that kill.
Yeah, if you want to follow along in that map.
You are divided.
So here's that Cosmic off the rip for G2.
They are kind of going back to the well with the straight up A hit.
Retake.
There's not going to be 5 NRG players stacked there because this is a real gun round. So they get that site for free, and it looks like they want to fight for even more.
They're going to get ahead of the retake util. They've read into a pass from Mata. They're going to try and go for it. However, they get thrown.
Mada cult use करेंगे.
Presence in screens here.
They're being massively slowed down by that utility, but they choose the timing to swing out. No way!
Mata still no
nice Kiko, nice.
Pass in this round either. Through the
nice bro.
Maybe they finding Kiko.
2v3 निकलता है दोस्तों.
Have to figure it out. Leaf watching the backstab. Will he be mindful of Scuba?
Nice timing, nice timing.
Watchful right now. This is a huge moment for Scuba. Brock spotted. There's going to be a check here. Surely Valen, little peek, sees what he wants. And that leaves it up to Brock now. Half armor. Valen again ends the round. 2 decisive kills to put G2 2 rounds away.
He's really come to life in these past couple rounds. Valen's playing super well in the late round situations. And that G2 duelist duo just having another crazy situation together, playing in tandem. And I love to see it. I mean, they take the site for free, but then they're ready to just disrupt that retake, fight forward with the pass.
I think
and then they
NRG जीतेगा saying as a Fnatic fan, same.
Impressed at one point, caught up inside screens.
मेरे को भरोसा है मेरी टीम पे.
Jorgama going for it. Relay bolts quite telling.
Let's go, Mada.
But that baited out an Armageddon on the B side.
And look at this accelerate into A now. A lot of this space being given up by NRG.
Read, bro.
Maybe they wanders into the crosshairs of Scuba.
Trailblazer reclearing towards
5v3, possibly नहीं जीतेंगे.
Safe trying to get forward. Leaf knows he needs to make something happen.
Yeah.
Wants to get a kill. Nightfall being sent forward. Gets a big connection.
Convergent paths are going to be used right away from Mata. It's now or never to make use of that ultimate. He's spotted around the corner. He's looking low, and Valen though has to deal with the Seekers. So he gives ground. Backs up, risking now a multi-face into this elbow position, but he's got only a mind for his teammates, trying to set them up. He is getting pummeled by this util, trying to get some smokes out on the side, but Scuba's going to find him with a snake bite. It's Leaf looking for a timing, it's not there. Trent inside the smoke has to go huge, but Scuba has his crosshairs trained on this very position, and the firing squad awaits Trent.
An interesting round from G2, a pretty crazy strat they had cooked up. I think, unfortunately, Jaw just dies a little bit earlier than intended because Mata was playing up so close and had the saturate ready. It did bait out the Armageddon, which is kind of hilarious.
Why Molly, yeah?
Yeah, look, I mean,
Scuba?
Valen had his hands full.
बढ़िया Molly किया, बढ़िया Molly किया.
An elbow, still knows he needs to star the side up, maybe for some utils.
उससे सामने के बाल काटा है Scuba ने भाई सब.
Nicely done though by NRG. When they come back in rounds like that, you're reminded of just how these guys were able to hoist the trophy.
Yeah, there was a great retake. All of that backside util found so much value. Stuns, mollies.
It's an old heavy round though. Seekers,
Armageddon,
convergent paths, all used by NRG to secure it. You can see how much it meant to them. The upside is those controller ultimates are still in play. Right, Scooby can throw that down mid, get a Viper's Pit in play. We haven't seen Jaw go for an overdrive yet, so have my eyes peeled for that. Also, a Viper's Pit option for Leaf in the post-plant G2.
Simon will get NRG जीतेगा, yep. Good morning, Bao. Good morning.
Yeah, Bonker was
welcome.
Very different disposition.
Absolute cinema, दोस्तों. यहाँ से देखने वाले हो तुम लोग एक comeback witness करने वाले हो. मैं पहले से ready बोल रहा हूँ, ready रहो.
in the week.
पहले से बताना चाह रहा हूँ आपको एक comeback आ रहा है.
Impressive it is that G2 are able to make such.
I can see the future, भाई.
Play style.
11-8.
Macro strategy.
ये सब स्कोर से ही comeback आता है.
Amidst having to scrim and
G2 में पैसा कम है.
They're also looking ahead.
हाँ? हाँ?
Now into this round, Jaw has the Bucky on account of also having that overdrive. Or G2 just keeping it simple yet again with a straight up fast A hit. Looks like that might be the case. Oh no! He's too clean with it.
क्या हो रहा है भाई?
Hindrance on Ethan.
W prediction.
A little bit awkward now as Jaw is encroaching and threatens to pinch him. Ethan on raft and needs to find a way to get off here. Jaw's happy with what he's gotten so far, but anything extra is a bonus.
Look at the way the G2 are just spreading across the map right now.
What? He's at 6 health. Ethan caught out by the Bucky. It's found 2.
कोई बात नहीं. 2-4 निकलता है. 2-4 निकलता है. दो लोग लो है. दो लोग लो है.
Guys are over on the B side. They were ready to make some crazy maneuvers across the map.
Let's go, Brock. 1 HP है. वो 1 HP है, Brock.
6 HP.
Trent on the cross there almost went down. I think he's got it. Yeah.
That's just he gets another one.
That is messed up, bro. I can't say it on there. That is messed up.
G2 के against.
13-3 and then a 13-8 would be something to behold
J1
against your literal world champions. But G2, up until this point, have had the better of NRG every time.
The first kill was a little insane from John. And then able to get 2 more. It was cool in the mid-round that G2, they were trying to immediately go for this kind of cross-map pivot. But then with these kills, they're just able to go back to A for free.
Imagine
didn't even end up mattering.
He's made the big upgrade to the judge here.
Possible.
Flush with catch.
Let's go NRG!
Down. Not a whole lot to see there. Hindrance as they try and predict this move. And if
Ultimate's done. Ultimate's done.
Up pretty quickly, and now G2 are in this A site, properly in it. That Viper spin to mid doesn't really seem to be a factor as Baby Bay stirs up the walls there on ramp, but it's Jaw. There's an inevitability about this guy with overdrive on the map. Kiko force feeds himself his own to go 1v3 for the series. And that's a baptism of fire that leaves him Christmas cinders. G2 advance to our middle bracket final. And somehow your Valorant World Champions will be fighting in the lowest.
Jogamo has definitely silenced all critique over the last couple weeks. Complete turnaround in form, was out of control today. Aces on both maps, was dominant on the Phoenix, putting up 6 first kills on that first map, where they absolutely crushed NRG on their own pick.
Nice, well played, well played.
Neon was just running rampant around the map. Baby Bay as well, by the way, filling
Jogamo बहुत अच्छा खेला भाई आज. Full घी gameplay Jogamo का.
Just how far can these guys go?
Lower bracket,
lower bracket. They've got the vibes, and they slowly have worked this team into a double duelist menace. There are some teams who are still trying to get there. G2 have figured it out.
I like that we're seeing this G2 team getting more experimental, taking comps from tier 2 from around the globe to work into this new structure that they have with Baby Bay as a full-time player who has just been in sick form throughout the entire kickoff.
वो साइन करना है. बिग बॉय एंड्रे को साइन करने बोल रहे हैं.
Await the loser of MIBR and Furia in this middle final.
7:30 से चालू हो रहा था 8:15 पे खत्म है.
Chances to make it to Santiago, but for G2, being at one of those globals, being at this global, it's a given. It must be in their mind. They can't afford not to represent their region in Chile.
Valen said that he had an epiphany from watching NRG taking down champions, that as a leader, he needs to be able to enable his team to have a peak at the right time. And look,
आज full support है Paper X को दोस्तों. आज full support है Paper X को. Let's go Paper X. One-sided game.
But you actually are trying to set the playing field so that things line up properly for you. Outside of, projecting onto circumstance or fortune. You make your own luck here in the VCT.
It feels like today this G2 team have really cracked the code on how to unlock this new roster within this meta. And it's heavily leaning
one-sided
into
2-0,
yes, back to his original role from years ago. Running it down on the duelist, playing the Waylay now. The Yoru looked really nice as well. They've really, I think, worked out how to maximize this current iteration of the team. And this kind of feels like a turning point for them, honestly. They've been good in this run so far, but they've clearly taken it up to a totally different level.
G2 are the team that
are
willing to have
tough
ready,
conversations with each other when things go wrong, and that's the fruits of their labor. Let's head down to Golden Boy
मैं आपकी strat समझ गया.
Match interview with Trent.
मेरी strat इतनी hard to win है.
One more time for Trent! Unbelievable. I mean, you guys you have the number of the world champions. That's not a thing that a lot of people can say. You've defeated NRG 6 times. You've defeated them in the offseason for a title when they had just won the world championship, and then you do it again here in kickoff, sending them to the lower bracket. Let's just get the feelings out of the way. How you feeling right now, Trent?
Definitely feels good. I mean, we kind of know how they play, obviously, I think.
What is it specifically? Like,
I don't want to say nothing.
Okay, no, it's
they
fair.
beat everyone else for us, and then we'll take them down.
Ooh, okay, all right, that's what's up. But I think it is very interesting, though, that it's almost as if you're a kryptonite to them, right? But is this a matter of the prep work you guys are putting in, the natural skill that you guys have, the reads you have, or is it just a combination of everything?
I think it's a combination of everything.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to the coaching staff. Like, they have great reads, they have great game plans for us, and then obviously everyone's shooting today. Baby Bay is on the waylay, whatever he's doing on that agent. Giacomo's acing.
Schmeeg, you know?
He's acing on Neon and Phoenix. Like, we're just doing stuff. But this is working.
आपका practice में स्थान है
out there, though. And I asked Josh earlier, and it sounded like the overall consensus is, we got 5 cracked out aimers. We can kind of just do whatever we want to do. Is that kind of the vibe that you guys are getting right now internally? Because it feels like that you're experimenting with stuff, but you're not just experimenting, you're implementing it very, very well.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of just expanding our options, you know, being able to flex around and play anything. So, I mean, I think it's good for us. We have a very deep agent pool with everyone, so we're kind of just using it.
When I asked Josh earlier, he talked to me about the lessons you guys learned from the Furia loss. I want to talk to you about that.
He's doing on the Valley Bros funny,
because I'm sure for y'all that was a very unexpected defeat, but now since we're seeing that evolution, it looks like you guys are really taking that one to heart.
Yeah, I mean, we've made a lot of post-plant mistakes. We kind of honestly just like gifted them kills in situations where we shouldn't have, and you know, they're a good enough team to close out the up number advantage situations. So when you give a team like that the space, you kind of just lose the game.
You guys feeling good though for the middle bracket run?
We're feeling great.
Going to Santiago?
This is our middle bracket.
All right, this is their middle bracket. All right, brother. Thank you so much for your time, Trent. Always a pleasure. Give us a shout out to your family real fast. I see your dad's right there recording.
Thank you guys, and shout out my girlfriend and my mom and my grandpa watching online. Love you guys.
Awesome.
Shout out.
Team Trent. Always a pleasure, brother. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you. All right, guys. That's going to do it for us here today.
सिर्फ आपके लिए पूरी NRG सपोर्ट करी, मेरे को शाउट आउट नहीं दिया यार आपने.
Because next week we have 3 best of 5s and we're going to find out
Yes sir. Last game था ये अमेरिकास का दोस्तों. अब वॉच पार्टी होगी अमेरिकास की अगले हफ्ते. सारे क्वालिफिकेशंस गेम्स हैं. अब नेक्स्ट गेम पैसिफिक का भी आज है आखिरी. उसके बाद हर एक रीजन का क्वालिफिकेशन गेम चालू हो जाएगा. यस मिडिल फाइनल. यस एनआरजी के लिए लोअर फाइनल से इजी विन है. ठीक है. तू इसकी गर्लफ्रेंड है बोला तो ओ यार, ये तो मैं समझा ही नहीं. आज पैसिफिक का भी गेम है. आज होपफुली मैं नहीं आऊँगा पैसिफिक का गेम क्योंकि मैं चाहता हूँ कि पेपर एक्स जीते 2-0. पेपर एक्स 1 साइडेड गेम जीतेगी ये 2-0 दोस्तों. मैंने अपनी प्रेडिक्शन दे दी है. बाकी आप लोग मैच देख लेना. अगर मैं आया तो आया, नहीं आया तो नहीं आया. ठीक है, मैं तो अमेरिकी आदमी हूँ. आप किसी भी टीम को बोल सकते हो कुछ भी करना, लेकिन MIBR तक मत आना. MIBR को तो फुल सपोर्ट है मेरी जान. MIBR का तो फुल सपोर्ट है साला. अबे 300 वॉचिंग तक गया था. 285. 200 लाइक नहीं करे भाई. लाइक कोई नहीं करता भाई. देख लिया मैंने यार, मुझे कोई लाइक नहीं करता. What's the real FNS? नया ऐसे रिकॉर्ड बनाने वाला है. नहीं कुछ नहीं. आज कोई रिकॉर्ड नहीं बनेगा ब्रो. आज एक नया रिकॉर्ड बनेगा वापस हारने का. चलो मिलते हैं अब नेक्स्ट स्ट्रीम में दोस्तों. तब तक के लिए सी या टेक केयर, बाय बाय इट वाज अ रियली गुड स्ट्रीम, बहुत मज़ा आई, कर दिया लाइक, लव यू। अब मत आना मेरे, पैटमैन 100 किल मारेगा आज, कुछ नहीं मारेगा भाई। पैटमैन आज बॉटम फ्रैग करेगा, आज G20 हार जाएगी, ठीक है। ये मैंने प्रेडिक्शन दी है। तब तक के लिए सबको लव यू, बाय बाय, चुम्मी।